And we expect a physical matchup when these two teams get together. It's one of those underappreciated rivalries. We remember what went down in Independence last November as Tyler Elbrecht and Cody Soul had an epic battle. Bobby Shea also dropped the gloves. It was a physical couple of games out west in Missouri a year ago, so we will see what happens as a couple of players were sent down by Stockton of the AHL. Two big size guys. Kyle Detzel was sent down earlier today. He is 6'2", 195 pounds, and Hunter Smith goes 6'7". So bringing a little more beef in there for this lineup for Kansas City as we are underway here at the Coliseum. The Komets have the opening faceoff down in the Kansas City zone, and it's going to go up along the far wall. Komets hold it up along that far side. It's Culkin. Culkin rims it around, comes down here in the corner. Here's Sean Szydlowski, gets checked off the play. Patch Albert took him off it, and it's going to go up along the far side, and the Mavericks will get it out of their own zone. There's Bobby Shea. He's going to bounce it off the near side wall. He finds Sean Szydlowski. Here's a man in front. It's Kravchenko. His shot was blocked. It was Elbrecht who got the shot block there. Up along the far side. Komets still have it. Another shot. Schaafsma got a piece of it, but Parsons making the save. Now back behind the nets. It belongs to the Mavericks. Just underway here in the first period. No score. Rocco Carzo will zip it into the Komet zone. Going to go back behind the net. And Curtis Leonard on his first shift of the game comes down into the corner. Now played up along the near side. It's Dan Maggio. Veers off to his left. Cuts it back to the center of the ice. And he gets it into the Kansas City zone. But the Komets are going to be offsides.
Well, the Komets starting off throwing pucks on net. Really taking lower percentage angle shots on net. Trying to get the jump on Parsons in the early going, just throwing anything they can at the net to start here.
And if you just joined us, that voice you're hearing is Jeff Childs from Trine University, the new voice of Trine University hockey, as he is joining me here in the booth tonight. And don't be surprised if I call you a couple more times during the season, Jeff. Great to have you with us here tonight.
Thank you, Shane.
Puck comes into the Kansas City zone, back behind the net. The rookie goaltender Parsons will wheel it off the boards, and it's coming back the other direction. Kansas City, they have got it. They bring it into the Komet zone. Centering pass going to be broken up by the Komets up along that far wall. Now up to the blue line, held in there on the point. It's Corelli. He is going to step up, and he is met there. The puck is going to trickle loose all the way out into the neutral zone and back into the Kansas City zone. It is wheeled up along the far side. Cross-ice pass controlled by the Mavericks. Anilowski will get it in back behind the Komet net. Hauser will stop it, and it's going to go to Dan Maggio. Maggio has a man on the far side. That's Jason Binkley, who had a couple of helpers in the opening win against Toledo. Here we come. Here's a shot. Save made by Parsons. Steers it wide. It is Justin Hodgman up along the far side. Looking for someone to give it to. Got it poke checked away, but Hodgie gets it right back. Look at Hodgman working up along that far wall. Comes out in front of the net, and now it's going to be controlled by the Mavericks. They bring it back the other direction. It's Justin Breton taking a shot, and it's going to come down into the corner. Now up along the far side, it's Pauly. Pauly has a man at the blue line. Here's his shot, and it goes right into the glove of Michael Hauser. Hauser, the goaltender of the week in the ECHL after that 25-save performance and the victory against Toledo on opening night. No score, 17:45 to go opening period. Face-off coming up in the Komet zone. And it's going to be to the left of Hauser. And it will be Sean Pauly to take the drop for Kansas City. Justin Hodgman will oppose him. Hodgie gets settled up, and here is the puck drop. Comes up to the top of the circle. Now it squirts loose, and it comes loose to the Komets. And it's going to be Fawcett, who is the hero in game number 1 against Toledo with the hat trick. He plays it into the Kansas City zone. Now here's Breton up along the near side, quickly digs it free, and it's going to be dumped into the Komet end where Hauser will stop it behind the net. Hauser will play it up along the far side. He's got Hodgman. Hodgman takes it up along the far side. He'll cross over on sides, drops it back to Fawcett, tries to center it, and it's broken up. Back up along the far side. Hodgman again with a shot. That one is going to be knocked down. It is loose up along the far side, and taken away is Elbrecht. He will bring it down into the Komet zone. Kansas City. Let's see how many times I make that mistake tonight. As the puck comes all the way to the neutral zone. And it's Culkin moving it forward. Now here come the Komets on the attack. Here's a shot that just whistles wide. Up along the near side and all the way out of the zone. Hauser's going to come out, drop the paddle, and he is going to whip it around the far side to Bobby Shea. Shea has a man on him in the form of Corelli. Now he's able to unload the puck to Culkin. Whips it around, and the Komets get it free into neutral territory. Here's Desjardins trying to shake off a check. Cross-ice pass comes off the stick of Szydlowski. Now Culkin with a man in front, trying to tip it with Schaafsma. Up along the far side to the blue line. Desjardins to Schaafsma in front. Shea, here's a shot. He missed it high. And another save that time by Parsons as Schaafsma got the rebound. Now back on the near side, Szydlowski to Bobby Shea. Puck jumps right up in the air. Everyone knocking at it. Comes up top of the blue line. Here's Shea stepping up, taking a shot, knocked down, rebound again. Doesn't get through to the goaltender. Third attempt is going to go out of play.
The Komets so far have had some great chances, maybe not the most highest percentage as we've seen so far, but they're creating things, they're making things happen off the rush and really pushing the Kansas City D back.
16:04 to go in the first period, no score. Same two teams tomorrow night, 7:30 is the start time right back here at the Coliseum. Komets play their first 6 games here at home. Face off to the right of the goaltender Parsons. And it's going to be cleared out of there by Kansas City. Up along the near side wall, now into the Komet zone where Maggio unloads it. Up along the far side, now coming back the other direction. The Komets quickly scoop it up into the Kansas City zone. Parsons will stop it, wheels it around the far side, and here's Leonard stopping it at the blue line. Back up along that far side, it's Maggio. He lost the puck, and back come the Mavericks. And that's going to come all the way down, hit the end boards for an icing, and that will give us a chance to take a break. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Jacob Insurance Service in Auburn.
15:33 to go here in the first period from the Coliseum. No score as the Mavericks trying to change that. They walked right in on Hauser. He makes the save. It's held in at the blue line and now in the corner. Whipped around the boards. Cody Soul gives chase now up along the near side. The Komets can't quite get it over the line. They'll keep it in. Szydlowski coming down on the left side now on the face-off circle. Lost the puck to Hodgman. Hodgman gets rid of it, but it's picked off right at the blue line, and they hang on to it. Here's a shot right into the leather of Michael Hauser. Michael Hauser coming out, cutting down that angle, made a nifty save, and we stay zeros up on the scoreboard. 15:03 now to go in the first. Face-off will be to the right of Hauser. And it will be Pauly to take the drop for Kansas City. And it's going to be Dennis Kravchenko for the Komets. And the puck is dropped. Pauly wins the faceoff cleanly, comes up to the blue line. They'll put it in off the end boards. We got a penalty called. Kravchenko looks like he's going to get a hook or a high sticking. That's going to be the call. Kravchenko talking to Pauly down there. So Kravchenko is going to go to the box. And the first power play of the game belongs to Kansas City. The Komets killed off 4 power plays to Toledo on Saturday night, so the Komets perfect so far in this season on the penalty kill. And now we've got to kill one off here as Kravchenko is off for high sticking. So the penalty kill begins in the Komet zone. Comes along the near side up top of the blue line. Szydlowski pushed it up along the far side, top of the circle, centering pass. That is going to go behind Marco Wog, and the Komets are able to scoop it free. All the way down into the Kansas City zone, down in the corner. Szydlowski will now take his time, circles back around his goaltender. Now he will bring it forward. Gains his own blue line, comes up along the far side, gets into Komet territory. He will wheel it around, coming up along the near side. Up top of the blue line, the Komets get free, and here comes Maggio coming out. Goaltender's got to play it. Plays it off along the boards, and he gets it away from Maggio. And now the Komets caught in some trouble here. Here's Carzo coming in. Here's a shot and a save made. Up top of the blue line, it is Paulie with a shot. It's going to be knocked down and goes off the end boards. Now back up along the far side to the blue line. Szydlowski give and go in front of the net. Here's a shot. Save made by Hauser. Bobby Shea is there for the Komets. Takes a hit from Carzo, and the puck is loose down in the corner. That's Jordan Quaz fighting for it. He wins the battle, comes up to the blue line. Cross-ice pass now in front of the net in the slot area, and the Komets are there to defend. All the way down in the KC zone it goes. There's Szydlowski back behind the net for Kansas City. Runs into his own man, and he lost the puck. Szydlowski has it. Here's a shot, goes wide. Great shorthanded chance for the Komets, trying to make Kansas City pay for that turnover in their own zone. Here's Bobby Shea up along the near side. It is going to come all the way down. And the puck goes back behind the net. Now up along the far side, here's Szydlowski. Szydlowski is going to get chased out of there, but he drops it back to Cody Soul. Just 12 seconds to go on the power play. As they zip it in on Parsons, it goes wide of the net. And now down to 5 seconds to go on the power play. And here we go. The Komets stay perfect on the season. Back to 5-on-5. Here's a shot on Hauser. Going to be tipped wide. Now coming up along the near side. It's Binkley. Gets it out to Justin Hodgman. Hodgman on the right side. Carries it over the blue line. Drops it off. Here's a shot. Just goes wide. Garrett Thompson with a rip. And a puck is going to come all the way down into the Komet zone.
Great play by Hodgman right there. He drew his defender and allowed his teammate to get open.
Yeah, Garrett Thompson, boy, he loaded up. He had a great chance, just missed the net. Hodgman ahead to Cody Soul, off the boards to Krunk, getting his first time of this season. He was a scratch last Saturday. Now Brenton will get it into the Komet zone. It goes off the blocker of Michael Hauser and out of play. That will take us to a break. No score. 12:14 to go in the first. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Ready for a new apartment? You don't have to look far. St. Joe Place has everything you could ever want in an apartment complex. Internet, cable, washer and dryer. It's all included in your monthly rent. There's also a basketball court, an outdoor grilling area, pool and hot tub, and the list goes on and on. St. Joe Place is leasing 2- and 4-bedroom apartments and now offering 3 bedrooms. Living at St. Joe Place Apartments, you'll quickly realize how great the staff and apartments really are. Call 444-3000 or visit stjoeplace.com. And now, back to Komet Hockey.
And even 12 minutes to go here in the first period. Shane Albarani and Jeff Childs with you here this evening. Kansas City and the Komets skating to a 0-0 tie at the moment. And the puck comes along the near side wall after Hauser makes a save. Komets come back on offense. Here's Cuddemi down the right side. Comes down to the corner. Throws it off the post. Comes all the way up top of the blue line. Komets have to regroup back in the neutral zone. Now played ahead. It's going to go off the stick of Cuddemi, and Kansas City will get the puck, and they will flip it into the Komet zone. Kansas City gets a line change as Bobby Shea will pick it up. Quickly moves it ahead. Here's Ryan Culkin. Has a man right in the middle of the ice. It's Schaafsma. Quick pass over to Shea. Shea off the backhand will put it into the Kansas City zone. Szydlowski, far side, has a man in front. Here's Schaafsma. Tries to tip it, and a save made by Parsons, and it's kicked free.
But Schaafsma had to be quick to react on that redirection and got enough of it on goal, forced Parsons to make the save.
Puck comes down into the Komet zone, back behind the net. Komets just with one official shot on net, but they've definitely had more of the opportunities here in this first period. Up along the far side in the Komet zone. Here we go in the slot. Going to be poked aside. Carzo will chase after it, picks it up, got a little bit of space out there, goes back behind the net. We got a delayed call. Going to be on the Komets. Here comes Parsons off for the extra attacker. Up top of the blue line where the Komets will touch it. Whistle will blow. And let's see what we've got here. Hooking call on the Komets. So the second penalty of the game goes on the Komets. We'll skate a man down for the second time tonight. And, Jeff, we were talking about what Kansas City went through in their first game against Tulsa with 10 power plays. Or, excuse me, they were skated shorthanded 10 times. And, you know, you're not going to get much success if you're in the penalty box all night long. And right now we've got 2 guys in there in the first period.
Yeah, certainly that's the case. And I was really impressed with the Komets' PK to start off. They didn't allow Kansas City to move towards the front of the net, move toward the slot area. It really kept them to the outside.
Let's see if we can keep it up here. The Komets perfect on the penalty kill in this young season. And right now it's Marco Waugh sitting out 2 minutes for hooking. And now a little problem on the face-off. Justin Hodgman is now skating all the way down into the Kansas City zone after the face-off, where the face-off wasn't dropped, and the referee...
What's this?
Well, I know there's going to be a lot of problems on the face-offs this year. We've seen that in the NHL, but Justin Hodgman, I'm not sure if he just successfully lawyered to get the face-off thrown out of the Komet zone after the Komets just get called for a penalty, and now the referee and the linesman are coming together. Well, Hodgman, boy, he just darted out of the face-off circle after having words with the linesman, came right down to the Kansas City zone. He's like, hey, guys, it's going to be down here, and it looks like he's going to win the argument. So
it's almost a do as I say, not as I do situation. He skates down to the far circle on the Kansas City side of the ice.
But here's the deal. We got to delay a game call on Kansas City. So that's why Hodgman was skating all the way down there, and that's what, we've seen it in the NHL where they're cracking down on these face-offs. You get kicked out twice, you're going to go to the penalty box, and that's what Kansas City is going to do, and that is going to negate the power play, so it's 4-on-4 hockey. And the face-off will be dropped in the Kansas City zone. What's great about that penalty, Justin Hodgman knew it before the referee did. So we'll take it. 4-on-4. Here's Fawcett up along the far side. He lost it. A lot of open real estate out there as the Mavericks will bring it into the Komet zone. 10:21 to go in the first. No score. Here's Culkin up to Fawcett. He's pinned up against the glass, but Culkin comes in to help out. He'll drop it off the end boards. Here's Bobby Shea. Shea with some room. Gets it over to Culkin. And he will have a man. It's Fawcett breaking free. Coming in, he shoots. He missed it on the short side. Give it to the guy with the hot hand. It was Fawcett, and he snuck behind the D just like he did against Toledo. Coming out to the neutral zone. It is the Mavericks controlling the puck. Put it in on Hauser. He'll make the save. And now he will flip it aside. He faked the cover. And actually the referee did blow the whistle. So that will get us down to a break in the action. No score. We're skating 4-on-4. 9:47 to go here in the first. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall. Reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time. Because we grind up and spit out scrap, not customers. Find freight advice and fair payment at an OmniSource yard near you in the Fort Wayne area. For locations and a list of metals we buy, visit OmniSource.com or call 855-OmniBuy, 855-666-4289.
You're listening to Komet Hockey.
Back live at the Coliseum. And we have got 4-on-4 hockey coming up. And, Jeff, we talked a little bit. I was a little wrong. I thought we'd come out and see a little bit more physical play, but you got two teams kind of feeling each other out right now.
Feeling each other out and really playing well. The Komets, I think, are the harder skating team, the faster team in the early going. You've seen Fawcett. Hard to believe that a team will let him get behind their defense. Already has a hat trick on the season. We saw a few moments ago snuck behind the D again. Kansas City maybe be wise to check him a little more closely.
We're skating 4-on-4 here for another 108, barring any other infractions. 9:46 to go in the period. No score between the Komets and the Mavericks. Same two teams tomorrow night right back here at the Coliseum, 7:30 start time. Puck comes down into the Kansas City zone. That's going to be an icing call.
You know, the common refrain that you hear on the 4-on-4, situation is that the offensive team has more ice. But by the same token, the thing that's not often said is the defensive team has got more ice to defend. And sometimes you might have another forward or a defenseman back there. You might not be totally prepared. And defensively, it's a situation where you really have to be aware.
And both teams playing very tentative on this 4-on-4, just like you said. No one's really going all out. Look like they're pretty content, maybe killing off this 4-on-4 and going back to even strength. But now the Komets trying to bust it out. Here's Desjardins. He comes in front. Here's a shot. It's knocked down. And Paulie's going to bring it out. It's Alba, rather. He's going to bring it up along the far side into the Komet zone. Here's a centering pass. Could not find the stick in front of the net. Comes down into the corner. Desjardins up along the far side. Drops it back to Cody Soul. Now it's Jason Binkley. Binkley taking his time, down to 30 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. And Binkley will find the tape of Szydlowski. Szydlowski on the far side comes off the boards to Cody Soul in front. Here's the shot. Score! Garrett Thompson on the rebound.
Sometimes better be lucky than good, and he was lucky right there. That puck came right to his tape, and he buried it.
And it had eyes on it. Thompson had a great chance earlier on in this period when Hodgman set him up, and that's when you got to have your stick on the ice. It went right to his tape, and he was able to net the goal. Garrett Thompson, his first of the season, comes 4-on-4, and the Komets get on the board with 8:59 to go in the first. See the replay. The left-hander, Garrett Thompson, picks that far post, beating the rookie goaltender, Tyler Parsons. And the Komets are up 1-0. And now back come the Mavericks trying to answer. They quickly come into the Komet zone. And a shot that's going to be knocked aside comes up top of the blue line. And the Mavericks are able to get it back behind the net. But here is Bobby Shea. And Cody Soul picks up an assist on that goal. That's his third helper of the season. And Maggio also getting the extra assist on Garrett Thompson's first goal of the season. Kansas City back into the Komet zone. Nice play there by Shea. Brings it back up along the far side. Quickly jammed back into the Komet zone where Bobby Shea is there. Off the backhand. Up along the far side, Cuddemi has Marco Wall. He has got it. Got a man in front of that. Can he get it to him? Oh, just right out in front of Jamie Schaafsma. Schaafsma was open. Now back up top to the blue line. And Maggio back at the center line. He'll drop back. And he'll put it up along the far side. Now back on the near side. Boards quickly. It's Kansas City. Mavericks get into the Komet zone. They're on sides. Here's a shot right into the gut of Michael Hauser. He'll hang on to that, and we'll get a whistle and a face-off coming up. We'll take a quick break. Komets 1, Kansas City 0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Hey, Komets fans, put a new truck in your driveway this hockey season. Take a test drive in a Chevy or GMC truck made right here in Northeast Indiana by your friends and neighbors in the UAW. Union members build quality into every full-size pickup the GM Fort Wayne Assembly builds. Union labor has been building trucks in Fort Wayne for over 30 years. Visit your local Chevy or GMC dealer and drive the union-made quality that makes buying a new truck such a great value. GMC and Chevrolet full-size pickup trucks, built by the hard-working men and women of UAW Local 2209. Put union-built quality to work for your family.
This is Komet Hockey.
7:25 to go in the first period. Komets have got a 1-0 lead. And they bring it into the Missouri zone. Here's Krunk, who gets taken off to play hard. It's going to come all the way down here to the far side corner in the Kansas City zone. And the Mavericks have got the puck. They will take their time, and they will bring it forward. There's Alex Brooks up along the left side. Stick handles through the neutral zone. Doesn't get very far. And the puck is going to be sent into the Komet zone far side. Back behind the net. It's picked up by number 44. That is Cody Soul. Cody Soul will play it off the glass and all the way into the Kansas City zone. Komets on sides. Here's Szydlowski. Comes up along the near wall looking for someone to give it to. Double team there. He's got a man, Kravchenko. Here's a shot, and that's blocked. Up top to the blue line. Komets cannot hang on to it. And now here's a shot. Oh, Komets were well offside.
That looked offside.
But Szydlowski, boy, he sold it. He was right in front of the net, took that shot. And it is going to be whistled dead. So no shot on goal for Szydlowski, but just like Szydlowski, always in great position. Face-off will come outside of the Kansas City blue line. Komets will get a fresh set of legs out there. And the face-off will fall on the shoulders of Marco Wall. Puck comes into the Kansas City zone. And the Mavericks play it off the glass. Here's Waugh trying to get to it before Robertson does. He is able to get it in the Komet zone. We got another penalty call. It's going to be a hooking call. Well, the Komets have skated short once this evening. They had another call against them, which was quickly negated for a delay game call on Kansas City. But now Marco Wall is going to go to the penalty box. Third time the Komets have gone to the bin this evening, and it'll be the second power play, barring anything happening on this face-off. So Kansas City 0 for 1 on the power play. And they're down by a goal, 6:20 to go in the first. And this face-off is going to, the power play is going to start up in the Komet zone. And it's controlled by the Mavericks, but they cannot keep it in. And it's going to trickle down into Mavericks territory. Here's Patch Albert. Albert will go back behind his own net. Has a man wide open on the left side. That's McMurtry. And he will bring it into the Komet zone. Carzo chases after it. He's met there by Curtis Leonard. Comes up top of the blue line. They cannot hold it in. And it's going to come all the way out.
Komet power play has been perfect so far this year, 100% as you mentioned. They continue to not allow those entries by Kansas City or really allow them to set up at all.
Here's Kravchenko with a man in front. Oh, what a save! What a spectacular save by Parsons. A turnover in the Kansas City zone. Kravchenko coming in on the goaltender. And Parsons, what a save.
Kravchenko did about all you can do in that situation, but Parsons just better in that situation. Move laterally well, very quickly to get side to side.
And that's what you got to do with them big goaltenders. Getting moving side to side, and the Komets worked it beautifully. Couldn't do anything more than what Kravchenko did there, but Parsons coming up, keeping this a 1-0 game. All the way out of the zone. And Cody Soul with a man on him. Rings it up along the far side for Bobby Shea. And here's Kravchenko. Got a man in front. It is Garrett Thompson. Couldn't quite get it to him, but Thompson picks up the puck. Thompson in the corner. Got a poke checked away. Komets are skating shorthanded for another minute here. But so far, the Komets look like they're the ones on the power play so far. The Mavericks have got the puck now. They will go on the attack up along the far side as we come up on 5 minutes to go in the period. Komets lead it 1-0. And the Mavericks just disorganized in their own end.
The Kansas City power play looks really disjointed. Passes are off the tape. They're not on target. And they're just having all kinds of trouble getting into the Fort Wayne zone.
And they had quite a few opportunities themselves on the power play in their opener against Tulsa. And now look at this. Coming down there. Here's Fawcett. Coming free. All alone on the goaltender. In on Parsons. He scores! Tyson Fawcett on the breakaway. Short-handed. Tyson Fawcett is doing it all. That's fourth goal of the season.
That's 4 goals in 2 games, Shane. And this was a really kind of a tricky situation. Parsons was indecisive about whether he was going to skate out. Fawcett had to bait him at the very last minute and then just made a perfect move. Forehand, backhand in the back of the cage.
And just like you said, that's one of those in-betweeners where perhaps a veteran goaltender maybe knows that situation a little bit better. He hesitated just that moment, and it was enough to get Fawcett to the puck, and it was enough to get him off balance, and he was able to draw him down to the ice and beat him. And it is now 2-0 Fort Wayne with 4:34 to go in the first.
Yeah, and it really seemed like Parsons had the time and the space to make the move and get the puck before Fawcett. You know, what can you do? You know, hindsight's 20/20.
And here comes the goaltender Parsons to play the puck up along the far side. We got a 2-0 game. Komets with the lead, and the Mavericks have got the puck in neutral territory. They will carry it over the line, gets through 2 defenders, centers it. Oh, they had Hauser leaning to the far right. They could not connect on a shot, however. Now the Mavericks will bring it back into the Komet zone. They're on sides. We're back to 5-on-5, and the Komets break it free. Here's Cuddemi. Cuddemi down the right side, drops it off to Szydlowski. Sid with some space, has a man in front, and a wraparound chance, score! Jamie Schaafsma with the assist from Szydlowski, and it is 3-0 Komets.
Alert play from Schaafsma. He knew he could beat the goaltender to the far post. He did there, wrapped it around. That's about as easy a goal as you're going to get, but you got to credit Schaafsma for the effort on that play.
And the patience, too, and that's a veteran doing what a veteran does. The Komets now up 3-0 with 3:47 to go in the first on Jamie Schaafsma's first of the season. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
In 1975, Miller Lite made history by proving we could brew a great-tasting light beer. And to mark the occasion, we're bringing back our original Steiny bottle for a limited time. Miller Lite, the original light beer, back in its original bottle. Grab one before they're all gone. Great beer, great responsibility. 2017 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis 12 fluid ounces, 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Schaafsma assists 27 Szydlowski and 28 Cuddemi at 16-13.
Ralph Cuddemi with the assist on Schaafsma's goal. Sean Szydlowski also picking up an assist. And the Komets are up 3-0 on Kansas City. Now, I mentioned at the onset of the broadcast that Tyler Parsons is the starting goaltender tonight. He's kind of the lone man out there. We've got an emergency backup, but now we have got big-time backup as we have got Cody Soul dropping the gloves at center ice with Troy Donnie. They lock up right at the center ice logo. And here's Cody Soul trying to get in there with the left hand. Donnie trying to get the right loose. And now here's Soul with a big haymaker coming up top. Now an uppercut. Now Donnie with the right. Blocked by Cody Soul. They're standing right at the red line. They're going at it. It's Donnie with another right. Now Cody Soul takes his shot. Now look at this. Machine gun shots by Soul and Donnie. He's got his jersey over his head. Soul pounding away. And now he's going to drop Donnie to the ice. And Cody Soul will slam the helmet down, get the fans to their feet, and head to the penalty box.
Boy, look at Soul gesture to the fans. All the fans here at the Coliseum on their feet. And boy, another Donnybrook, not quite the one we had last week, but Soul standing up for his teammates, not afraid to drop the gloves. And if there's ever a metaphor for how this game has gone, it was that dominating effort in the fighter circle in the ring there for Soul.
And I thought there would be some fisticuffs to start the game. We had to wait till the end of the first period, but Cody Soul was the guy who I thought would be involved in it, and he was. But as I was saying before we got to that fight, the goaltender, Tyler Parsons, the starter tonight, we've got an emergency backup tonight. It is Kevin St. Pierre, the former Comet, 42 years old. He is the backup goaltender, so I think Parsons might be on his own, giving up 3 goals here in this first period. Probably no help on the way, but like we talked in the break, you know, Kansas City, they've got to play a little bit better in front of this kid.
Oh, they do, and they're not just generating anything offensively, Shane. Far from that. They're having issues getting out of their own zone. The Komets have done a great job, but Kansas City in this game needs to really think about their passing, think about their zone entries and those sorts of things, because it's just been a huge issue getting out of their end.
So both of Donnie and Soul each go off 5 minutes for fighting. And they're going to put the face-off. Actually, we got an extra 2 minutes to Donnie, so the face-off will come into the Kansas City zone. So Komets will have their first power play of the game. 3-0 is the score. Komets in command here. 3:46 to go in the first period. And here's the face-off to the left of Parsons. Hodgman to take the draw. Now another problem dropping the puck, and Hodgman not happy. Now Jordan Quaz, who played last year in Wheeling, he will come in and take the drop. Hodgman wins it, comes up to Binkley at the blue line. Binkley drops it down low. Here's Schaafsma, cross-ice pass, off the post. Comes up top of the blue line. Binkley to Kravchenko, a little too hard off the end boards, and Albert is there, and he will send it down the length of the ice.
Kansas City kind of gave Fort Wayne that low pass below the goal line right there, and Fort Wayne took it and nearly made it 4-0.
Komets stay here. Up the ice quickly. Here's Hodgman down the right side. Coming in on the goaltender. Got it poked away. And it comes up to the blue line. And Binkley couldn't quite hang on to it. He will drift back. The Komets get back on sides. Kravchenko with a quick pass. And it's going to be knocked down into the Komet zone, where the goaltender Hauser will stop it. 17 minutes have gone by here in the first period, and it has been a dominating performance by the Fort Wayne Komets, up 3-0. Komets on the power play as Szydlowski brings it over the line, top of the left circle. Takes his time, gets a little bit of space out there, comes up to the point. Now here's Jason Binkley, ranges to his left, top of the circle. It is going to be Szydlowski down low. Here's Hodgman, back over Kravchenko. One-timer, Parsons the save. Left a rebound. Hodgman is there up along the far side. Up top to Binkley. Has a man, Kravchenko down low. Komets taking their time here, still on the power play. Gets some space, cross-ice pass. Here's Szydlowski, stick handling around one D-man. Off the bench, here's a shot, save made. Oh, Desjardins came right off the bench, streaking in, and Szydlowski hit him in stride. He got everything behind that shot, and Parsons made the grab.
Desjardins stepped into that one, as you said, right off the bench, and he was alert and ready for the pass and put it on goal.
2:21 now to go in the first. Komets still on a power play for another 35 seconds. Face off to the right of Parsons in the Kansas City zone. Shots are 7-6 in favor of the Komets. Here's Marco Wall on the drop. Comes back below the line. Here's Albert. Pushed it up along the far side. Komets hold on to it. Here's Wall up top. Culkin with a shot. He scores! Culkin from the high slot beats the goaltender cleanly, and it is 4-0 Komets.
No mistake. Brilliant shot from Culkin. That play happened. The Komets had a really tough keep at the blue line that allowed that play to happen.
And Culkin got everything on that shot. No doubt about that one. Nothing but the back of the nets. Culkin gets his first tally of the season. And the Komets up 4-0 here in the first period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
The puck has dropped on another Komet season. And what better way to get ready to watch the K's than with a pregame party? Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls and your party spread will put the biscuit in the basket for your guests. To face off with some great sandwich ideas for your party, visit AuntMillie's.com. Whatever you put inside the sandwich, it's always a winner when you include Aunt Millie's Buns and Rolls. And speaking of winners, go Komets! Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Waugh and Cuddemi with the assists. It is 4-0 Komets. Cuddemi now with 2 points tonight. And it is a power play goal. It's the first Komet power play goal of the season as we're under 2 minutes to go here in the first period. Komets dominating here in period number 1. There's Taylor Krunk up along the far side. Had a man, Jamie Schaafsma, a little too far out in front of him, but he will haul it in, cycle it up along the near side wall. But the Mavericks will get it ahead, and they will put it into the Komet zone. Here's Hauser. He will leave it for Dan Maggio. Maggio will skate freely with it, and he will put it on to the glove of the Kansas City defenseman. And the Mavericks will get it back into neutral territory and quickly into the Komet zone. Now back up along the far side. Komets bat it right back in. Now off the glass. And it's tied up near the penalty boxes, and we got 1 minute to go as McMurtry brings it into the Komet zone. Dan Maggio has got the puck, floats it forward off the stick of Sean Szydlowski and quickly batted back into the Komet end. Here's Justin Hodgman, gives it up to Dan Maggio. Maggio on the right side, plays it forward, and it's going to be dropped in the Kansas City zone. Here on the near side corner, here's Szydlowski. He will move slowly with it, gain his own blue line, veers to his right, and now plays it near the Komet bench and into the Komet zone. Back up along the far side, Szydlowski chases after it. Here's Garrett Thompson. His pass is intercepted, comes out in front of the Komet net, but the Komets are there on deep. Here's Garrett Thompson avoiding a check, still on his feet as he unloads the puck. Back up along the near side with 17 seconds to go in the first period. It's going to trickle into the Komet zone. Here's Waugh going back behind the net. Here's Maggio giving it a look. Plenty of time. He sidesteps one man, takes it up along the far side. 6 seconds.
Maybe one more.
Komets over the line. Here we go. And offside. So Cuddemi was there just a step over. 3.8 seconds to go in the first, and I'm sure Tyler Parsons, the young goaltender for Kansas City, pretty happy for that offsides call because Cuddemi was getting ready to pull that trigger.
Well, more than likely, he's happy to get to the locker room after this first period, whereas a defenseman not done a great job in front of him. Haven't really stepped in front of any shots, had troubles, as we've said, getting out of their own zone.
And here's the puck drop just outside of the KC line, and that will do it for 20 minutes of play here at the Coliseum. It has been a dominating performance for the Fort Wayne Komets. 4 goals in the first period. And Jeff, you were impressed by Tyson Fawcett last week, and I know you're still just absolutely mystified by this guy.
Well, mystified, I'd say was a word, but I'd also say he's maybe ratcheting that up in his play this week. His ability to see the ice, get behind the defenseman has been impressive, Shane. But for the game as a whole, both physically, territorially, emotionally, whatever metric you want to use, just been pure domination by the Komets. And perhaps more impressive, like any head coach will tell you, better that they have a 0 on the other side of the scoreboard. Their defense getting sticks in the lane, keeping the Mavericks out of those dirty and tough areas of the ice.
We are done with 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break. The Big City Cars Big Intermission Show coming up for you. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service.
Thank you.
Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
For all your insurance needs, visit Jacob Insurance Service.
Life can be unpredictable. One minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
Big City Cars on Lima Road. Vehicles as low as $595. Payments starting at just $79. Dependable cars on a budget. Over 20 price under $1,000. If other dealers have turned you down, we go to work when the others say no. Big City Cars. Want a bigger deal? Get up to $5,555 more than your car is worth. And as always, if we can't beat the competitor's deal, we'll give you the car for free. Big City Cars. See dealer for complete details.
Desjardins is the place you can find service 24 hours a day.
Hi, folks. Pat Miller telling you the Dock Dancer will always do whatever it takes to keep you and your family cool in the summer and warm in the winter. And now they've teamed up with Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems to offer the right combination of Bryant brand equipment for your home. That includes central air units, Bryant furnaces, heat pumps, and advanced thermostat technology, including Bryant's Wi-Fi controls. Call the Dock that loves to make house calls at 744-3251, 744-3251.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Memorial Coliseum, where the Komets are up 4-0 on the Kansas City Mavericks. It is the first of 6 meetings between these two clubs. The second one is going to happen tomorrow night. 7:30 is the start time, and you want to get your tickets for that game tomorrow night because it is another family 4-pack night. You can get 4 upper arena seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, and 4 chips for just $55. That is family 4-packs brought to you by Midwest America Federal Credit Union. You can get those 4-packs at the Coliseum ticket office only. Recapping what has happened here tonight, and it has been a fun one. First, our shots on goal being brought to you by Combat Ops Arena, taking laser tag to the next level on Lay Road in Fort Wayne. Shots in the game, Kansas City was able to muster up 6 in that first period. The Komets had 8, but the Komets made those 8 shots count, scoring on 4 of those shots. The first one came from Garrett Thompson, his first of the season at 11:01 of the first period. Cody Soul with the assist, his 3rd on the season. Sean Szydlowski also with the helper. And then Tyson Fawcett, short-handed for the Komets, his 4th of the season, coming off that hat trick on opening night against Toledo. He stays hot. Again, a shorty for Tyson Fawcett. 15:20 was the time. Jamie Schaafsma, the captain, gets his first tally of the season at 16:13. It was Sean Szydlowski and Ralph Cuddemi with the helpers on that one. Sean Szydlowski now with 2 points on the night. And Ralph Cuddemi also joins that 2-point club as he picked up an assist on Ryan Culkin's first goal of the year. 17:47 was the time. Marco Wall with the other assist, and that was on the power play. Komets 1 for 1 on the man advantage. Kansas City 0 for 2 tonight as Tyler Parsons, the starting goaltender for Kansas City tonight, had a rough go, giving up 4 goals on 8 shots. Now Parsons, you got to think he's the lone man in there tonight, as their backup goaltender Mason McDonald, who has yet to play this season, he is out with an illness. So Kevin St. Pierre was signed before the game. Of course, Kevin St. Pierre played for the Komets for many years and starred for the Komets. He is the backup tonight, but you got to think Parsons is going to be out there all by himself the rest of the way, as the Komets dominating this one by a score of 4-0. Again, the Komets 1 for 1 on the power play. They were called for 11 minutes in penalties on 4 infractions. Kansas City 9 minutes on 3 infractions, as Cody Soul and Troy Donnie, they dropped the gloves in that first period. It was a pretty good scrap right at center ice. We will take a break here during the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show. Komets lead at 4-0. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Big City Cars on Lima Road. Vehicles as low as $595. Payments starting at just $79. Dependable cars on a budget. Over 20 price under $1,000. If other dealers have turned you down, we go to work when the others say no. Big City Cars. Want a bigger deal? Get up to $5,555 more than your car is worth. And as always, if we can't beat the competitor's deal, we'll give you the car for free. Big City Cars. See dealer for complete details.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani, and I'm being joined tonight by Jeff Childs from Trine University. He is the new voice of the Trine Thunder hockey team that will start their season next Friday night. Well, the Komets up 4-0 in this one. It has been an interesting night and an interesting thing going on this season. The Komets are teaming up with the Fort Wayne Children's Foundation to help stop child abuse and neglect in Northeast Indiana. This season, the Komet organization is calling on the generosity of fans to donate a dollar amount for every win this season. Just go to pledgeit.org/Fort Wayne Komets to donate, with all proceeds going to the Fort Wayne Children's Foundation. So get on that website, pledgeit.org/Fort Wayne Komets, and you can pledge $1, $5, $10, whatever you want for each win the Komets win this season. And all proceeds, again, go to the Fort Wayne Children's Foundation. And Komet fans, it's never too late to learn how to skate. The Sport One Parkview Ice House offers programs to ages 3 and up. Visit icesports.com/Fort Wayne to see a list of their upcoming Learn to Skate classes. Register today. And following tonight's game, if you don't already follow the Komets on Facebook and Twitter, you want to go ahead. You got your phone in your hand right now. Go ahead and follow the Komets on Twitter and Facebook and get the Lancia Homes official game report or game recap right after the game, and then go to lanciahomes.com to start building your custom home today. We will take a break. Things are looking mighty good here at the Coliseum. 4-0 is the score, but a 40 minutes yet to be played here at the Coliseum. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Keep your staff connected with Motorola two-way radios from ERS OCI Wireless, like the Komets do. ERS OCI Wireless is located on Earth Drive in Fort Wayne. They're a Motorola partner providing wireless voice and data systems to public safety, education, healthcare, and enterprise customers throughout Indiana for the past 68 years. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers-oci.com.
Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram rolls through September on and off-road with the Jeep Celebration event. Find the Jeep that best suits you and save Save big. Get $500 in bonus cash on 2017 Renegades and as much as $1,000 on new Trailhawk and limited editions. Or drive off in a 2017 Grand Cherokee with an additional $500 in bonus cash. But only during the Jeep celebration. Under the giant American flag on Coliseum or visit us online at GlenbrookDodgeChryslerJeep.com. As American as it gets. Ram Power Days are back at Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, which means unbelievable savings on America's longest lasting pickups. Save up to $1,000 on select new 2017 Rams. Get even more back in total value on select Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cabs or choose 0% APR for 72 months. Ram Power Days going on now under the giant American flag on Coliseum or visit us online at GlenbrookDodgeChryslerJeep.com. Glenbrook Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, as American as it gets.
Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186, about the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum. Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Coliseum, where our score is 4-0 in favor of the Fort Wayne Komets. It has been quite the first period. Let's hope we can keep things going in the second period. And Komet fans, during the season, when you come on out to the jungle, take a look at the scoreboard. We have got a couple of really neat new features, starting with Whose Car Is It? Brought to you by Big City Cars. You can look up at the scoreboard and you can see a picture of a car and you can guess which Komet player that belongs to. And that's at every Komet home game. And it's brought to you by Big City Cars on Lima Road. Let's take a look at the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard in the ECHL tonight. Busy night. It is Friday, as we have got one game heading into the third period. We have got a 5-3 game, Manchester over the Adirondack Thunder. Manchester 2-1 on this young season. Down in South Carolina tonight, we have got a battle between the Greenville Swamp Rabbits and the South Carolina Stingrays in North Charleston this evening. 4-2 is the score. The Stingrays over the Swamp Rabbits with 7 in the second period. Also in the second period, we got a 1-1 game between the Florida Everblades and the Atlanta Gladiators in Atlanta tonight. Two other games that are late. We've got one just getting going. We've got Norfolk at Colorado. That game is scoreless. And then one more game that has yet to get underway. We'll take a break. Just corner, Komets up 4-0. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
If you're driving down the road and your car dies at the light, you know you've got to make it here, cause we can make it right. Bumping, thumping down the road, transmission's about to blow. We're the ones to fix it right. We're the name to know. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
If you suspect a transmission problem, come in and talk to the trusted leader in customer service for over 50 years. Russ Moore Transmission.
Russ Moore. Russ Moore. Russ Moore Transmission. We're here to get you going.
Call Russ Moore at 482-9414. We're on Coliseum Boulevard West and in Warsaw. Or visit us at russmore.com.
With 24 locations throughout Indiana, Ruoff Home Mortgage is proud of our hometown Komets and proud of our deep roots. For more than 30 years, our home loan experts have provided thousands of Hoosier families the best personalized mortgage experience. Home ownership begins here. Stop by any of our offices or apply online today at ruoff.com. Ruoff Home Mortgage is licensed by the Indiana DFI, license 109914. This is not an offer, an extension of credit, or commitment to lend. Equal housing lender.
Hi, Komet fans. This is head coach Coach Gary Graham. Everyone at Texas Roadhouse would like to give a big yee-haw to the Komets and their fans for voting Texas Roadhouse as the best steak in Fort Wayne. And as a thank you, just come in and visit Texas Roadhouse on game nights and receive your complimentary blossom when you wear your favorite Komet jersey. Check out the Komet Corner at Texas Roadhouse, home of the fall-off-the-bone ribs and hearty steaks, made from scratch sides, fresh baked bread, ice-cold beer, and legendary margaritas. Be there on game days with your favorite K's jersey and receive your free blossom from the Texas Roadhouse. Go Komets.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Jeff Childs with you here tonight, and we have seen a good one, 4-0. Komets with the edge through the first 20 minutes of play. Next game is tomorrow night. We got the same two teams will be involved in that contest, and it is another family 4-pack, as you can get 4 upper arena seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, and 4 chips for just $55. Can't beat that deal, but you can only get it at the Coliseum ticket office, so get there tomorrow morning and get your tickets for the second installment of the Komets and the Kansas City Mavericks. Right now, this one is going the way of the Fort Wayne Komets. 4-0 is our score. Plenty of chances to see the Komets here at home before we take our first road trip. Komets get to spend their first 6 games here at the Coliseum. Already a victory last week against the Walleye. 2 games this weekend against Kansas City. Next home game is the 27th against Cincinnati. And then we got 2 games at home on Military Appreciation Weekend, the 3rd and 4th of November. And finally, the Komets will hit the road. First road game is not until November 5th at Kalamazoo, but then the Komets will stay away from the Coliseum for over a week. We'll go out to Colorado, play against the Eagles on the 8th, 2 games against Utah, and then before coming home, we actually have to play a morning affair at Toledo on November 16th before the same Kansas City Mavericks will be back here at the Coliseum on November 17th. So kind of a wacky schedule to start things off, but hey, more chances to see the Komets here at home as we head into the month of November. Komets are up 4-0. The referees and our teams are heading back on the ice, so we will take one more break. Second period is coming up. You are listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Chrysler Pacifica, the only minivan to win 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Also, now on the starting lineup is the all-newly redesigned Jeep Compass. Capable, modern, and stylish, all wrapped into one. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Komet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online all the time at o'danielauto.com.
The factory outlet sale at the King of Carts Superstore in Fort Wayne is going on now. Instant in-store rebates, manager specials, and other incentives available on nearly every custom golf cart on the showroom floor. King of Carts has a large custom golf car inventory built with pride right here in Fort Wayne. Gas or electric, 4- or 6-seaters, we have them in stock and ready to ride. The King of Carts Golf Car Superstore is located at 1818 Research Drive, Fort Wayne. Take the Lima Road exit 311B off I-69. King of Carts, the destination for custom golf carts in Northeast Indiana.
This is Komet Hockey.
Back at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Jeff Childs here tonight. 4-0 is the score. And Jeff, you know, you see the offensive output, but it's overshadowing what Michael Hauser's been doing between the pipes.
Yeah, he's been great tonight. He's been really sharp, on target so far in this game, and had a lot of great help in front of him from his D-man.
Jeff filling in for Robbie Irons, who took the night off. And Jeff is the voice of Trine University Hockey as they'll get their schedule going next Friday night. Just underway here in the second period. Komets up 4-0. We start the period 5-on-5 as the puck comes into the Kansas City zone. It's played up along the far side, and it's dug out of there by the Mavericks. Coming out to the center line, they will bring it ahead. They drop it off. They're onside. Here's a shot and a save made by Hauser, squeezing the pads and getting the whistle.
Hauser got on top of the crease there, but he looked a little unsure that puck was underneath him, though, thankfully for the Komets.
Hauser, a tall guy, goes 6'2", and he's one of those classic butterfly-style goaltenders. He covers a lot of real estate just with his legs. Face off to the left of Hauser. Shots in the game are 9-7 in favor of the Komets. As Quaz gets kicked out of the face-off circle. McMurtry will come in. The face-off will come here on the near side. And now it goes back behind the Comet net where Dan Maggio is there. Maggio got his pocket pick. Centering pass broken up. But Maggio, nice job coming back and getting the puck. Ties it up behind the net. Here's Quaz digging for it for Kansas City. And Maggio, the big, strong D-man, will dig it out of there. Comes up along the near side. Komets cannot clear it. Now it comes up along the near side again, and now it is Marco Waugh. Waugh will flip it in off the backhand. Comes on the far side corner down in the Kansas City zone. Komets have it up along the far side. It's Cuddemi. He's pushed off the play, and we got a pile up down on that far side corner. Desjardins comes in to help out. Has Leonard wide open, top of the circle. Here's a shot. It's knocked down. Desjardins was right in front. Comes up top to Leonard. He will wheel it down low. And the Mavericks trying to dig it free. Quaz kicks at it, can't do it, knocked off the play. It was Cuddemi, now comes along the far side and into the corner, controlled by the Mavericks. McMurtry, he will skate with it, trying to get around Garrett Thompson, who's got a goal here tonight. Puck comes into the Comet zone, in front of the net. Here's Curtis Leonard. Leonard giving it up. Now on the left side. It is Hodgman to Garrett Thompson. Thompson over. Here we go, man in front. Oh, and it was Fawcett. The man with the hot hand just couldn't control the puck. In front, Fawcett again, centering pass. Doesn't know where it is. It's back behind him. And here comes Kansas City trying to break it out. Back on the right side. Here's a shot. Goes wide of the net. Back up along that far side and all the way out of the zone. Alex Brooks tracks it down for the Mavericks. His pass comes into the Comet zone. Here's Garrett Thompson over to Fawcett. Fawcett drops it back for Hodgman. His shot is going to be blocked and going out of play. And there's Tyson Fawcett. Boy, you lose track of him real easy, don't you?
Yeah, and it's hard to believe how Kansas City at this point in the season would allow that to happen. He's really sneaky, slithered in front of the net, and that puck just missed his outstretched stick. But again, Fort Wayne, they bottled Kansas City up for 30, 40 seconds in their own zone, and they're winning every battle in the offensive zone, off the boards, out in front. Fort Wayne really winning every battle in this game.
4-0 is the score. That's the battle that's being won right now. It's most important. And here's the face-off up along the far side in the Kansas City zone, picked up by Jamie Schaafsma. Centered it, went behind him, but here's Culkin trying to flatten it out, trying to get it deep into the Kansas City zone, but the Mavericks dig it out, and they will skate freely with it into the Comet end. Top of the circle. Here's Carzo with a shot. It's tipped wide. Back along the far side, Komets trying to bust it out. They're able to get it over the line, and here's Kravchenko catching up to the puck. Kravchenko on sides, drops it back to the blue line. Here's Shea. Shea, top of the left circle, up top, gloved out of the air. Culkin, far side, one-timer knocked away. And that one's going to hurt the man in front who got the block shot up along the far side. Here's Culkin, one-timer again, Szydlowski.
Kansas City player without a stick.
That was Detzel with the block shot there. Another shot by Culkin, and that time Parsons gets the glove on it. 3 quick shots, 3 one-timers from the point.
Well, unfortunately for Kansas City on that play, they had a D-man lose his stick. Nothing he could do in terms of blocking a shot or really helping out his partner to clear the puck.
16:49 to go in the second period. Komets up 4-0. Here's Marco Waugh on the drop. And now Kansas City, Quaz is going to get kicked out of the face-off circle. Insert number 7, Mike McMurtry. And here's the puck drop. Rolls along the near side wall. Now up top, here's Leonard with a shot. That's going to be blocked. Desjardins here on the left wing holds it in. Now he goes back behind the net. It's Waugh back to Desjardins. Has a man in front, wide open, and rolled on him. That was Waugh wide open. It just rolled off his stick. He was all alone on the goaltender. Back up along the far side into the Missouri zone. Here's a hard hit along that far side, and Desjardins has got it. Desjardins floats it forward. Waugh will give chase to it. He's met back behind the net by Szydlowski. Now up along the far side, controlled by the Mavericks, and they are able to get it out of their own zone. Quaz with a touch pass will bring it forward. Back on the right side, here's a shot. That one is going to grab the screen. Out of play. 16:04 to go in the second period. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Wonder what the outrageously energizing experience of Mountain Dew Kickstart is like? Well, it's like a combo of 3 awesome things. Dew, juice, and caffeine, rebooting your entire personal operating system.
Mountain Dew Kickstart is in position for consumption. Release the Mountain Dew Kickstart. Mountain Dew Kickstart released. Experiencing a charge of Mountain Dew Kickstart now.
Mountain Dew Kickstart operation successful.
Roger that.
Get charged up with Mountain Dew Kickstart, now in 2 energizing new flavors, mango lime and raspberry citrus. Fuel with flavor.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
Michael Hauser with a nice save. Got it right in the crest of his jersey. And the face-off will be down in the Comet zone. 15:52 to go, second period. 4-0 Fort Wayne.
Really the first good chance of the period for Kansas City. Rister sort of changed direction at the last minute. Hauser anticipated it and up to the task.
Puck is dropped in the Comet zone, comes up to the blue line, and it's going to be picked off by Garrett Thompson. Floats it forward. Here's Fawcett with a hole at steam. He's going to be taken down before he got to the goaltender. No penalty called. And here we coming back the other way. It is going to be Smith with a shot. That's going to be rattled wide. And here's Fawcett coming off the wall. Drops it back behind him. And here's Garrett Thompson. Thompson with a toe drag. Centers it. Knocked away and coming out of the zone. All the way down. Great exchange there by Garrett Thompson and Tyson Fawcett. Results in an icing call. And Fawcett, boy, just took that rim around that far side. And he had Garrett Thompson a 2-on-1 chance. But going back to just a second before, where Fawcett in all alone on the goaltender, had a man on his back. Doesn't get the call, but face-off coming up in the Kansas City zone.
Boy, and the Comets, Shane, who else would you want on a 2-on-1 odd man rush right now? Fawcett and Thompson, 2 of the better players on the ice for the Comets tonight.
Here's Kravchenko to take the drop in the Kansas City zone. Matt Robertson will oppose Kravchenko on the drop. And it comes up top of the circle. Here's Sean Szydlowski on the far side. Bobby Shea trying to get it out to Schaafsma in the corner. Carza was there. He picks up Donnelly up along the far side and out of the zone. Now to the Comet blue line. It's brought forward. Here's Smith. His pass is going to be tipped. And now back into neutral territory. Kansas City will bring it back into the Comet zone. And Hauser will stop it behind the net. Now Culkin. Culkin to Sean Szydlowski. Cross-ice pass is going to be tipped, and Kansas City has it in their own end. Here's Detzel. He will move it ahead. They'll get it into the Comet zone. Now on the right side. Here's a shot that's going to be blocked. Now it rattles around down in the corner. Kravchenko comes in. He can't get a hold of it. Comes up to the blue line. And that's going to be Detzel. Gets it in deep into the Comet zone. Here's Culkin back behind the net. His pass is blocked. Now he skates up along the far side, picking up the loose puck. Backhands it up along the far side and sent back into Hauser. Hauser will stop it, and he will leave it for Bobby Shea. Shea quickly up along the far side. Now it's Marco Waugh's turn with it. Over to Desjardins. He drops it back, and it's going to be picked off. Back up along the near side. Desjardins has it again, and he goes up to the far side and could not hit Maggio coming off the bench. Puck comes back in the Comet zone. Here's Leonard off the end boards. Whipped around here on the near side. Here's Desjardins. Desjardins up along the left side, flips it forward, comes up along the near side, and goes back behind the Kansas City net. Up along the far side, Kansas City will fish it out of there, and it's going to be played out as Curtis Leonard lost an edge, comes to Quaz, has a man in front. Oh, and he's stoned by Hauser, and the rebound is going to go in. What a save by Hauser, but unfortunately left the rebound right in front of the net, and nobody was there, and Kansas City gets on the board.
Kind of a broken play, and a great play, great save by Hauser in the initial shot, and everybody just sort of froze at that moment, and it was an easy tap-in for the Mavericks.
And I think some of the Comets maybe thought Hauser had the puck, so everyone kind of stopped moving there for a second, and Kansas City knocks in the rebound, so it makes it 4-1, 13:28 to go here in the second. second, so we'll be back. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo. What makes a great cup of coffee? Just ask Tim Hortons. That's where you'll find coffee sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions. Coffee made from 100% Arabica beans, roasted and taste-tested by coffee masters. Tim Hortons' original blend is brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it. You're invited to find out why so many people love this coffee. Head to any of the Fort Wayne area Tim Hortons locations and try one today.
Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Jordan Quaz with the goal for Kansas City, but look at this, the Fort Wayne Komets answer with Garrett Thompson's second of the game. It is now 5-1.
Thompson caught the Kansas City D by surprise, skated through the circle, lifted a nice backhand right over the shoulder of Parsons, the Maverick goaltender.
So Garrett Thompson with 2 goals tonight. And, you know, that's a good sign to see. The Komets give up kind of a fluky goal there, but they come right back down and answer. No hesitation, no nothing. Come right down, score on it. That just erases that goal.
Fantastic answer by the Komets. And, yeah, it was sort of a fluky goal that they allowed, but they didn't allow that to faze them. They played great defensively and took advantage of a turnover and got the 4-goal lead back.
So it's now 5-1. Parsons beaten right above the left shoulder by Garrett Thompson. And now our referee is going over to talk to the Kansas City bench. Head coach John Scott Dixon having words with Jonathan Satarski, our referee.
Scored by number 48, Garrett Thompson. Assisting on the goal, number 4, Jason Binkley. Time and goal, 6 minutes, 58 seconds. Comet goal, second of the game, scored by 48 Thompson. Assist for Binkley at 6:58.
Binkley with the assist. That's his 3rd point on the season. As Garrett Thompson had 2 goals tonight.
Shane, you mentioned at the start of the broadcast you thought this would be a little more physical matchup, a little rough and tumble game. This has been an up and down game. We're nearly to the halfway point, and the shots are only 11-10 right now, actually in favor of Kansas City.
Komets making the most of those shots here tonight. Great shooting percentage as the Komets have got the puck up along the far side. It's going to be dumped in the Kansas City zone. Now up along the far boards, and now all the way down to Smith here on the right side. Smith just sent to Kansas City this morning from Stockton. And we're going to have offsides on Kansas City. So that'll put the face-off at the, or just outside of the Comet blue line with 12:41 to go here in the second period. Komets 5 goals tonight. We had 4 goals against Toledo in 60 minutes of play last Saturday. We've got 5 already tonight. And the Komets coming into the season, when you saw some of the names on that roster, you knew there was going to be no problem putting up goals.
Not even at the halfway point. As you said, 5-1, a dominating performance by the Komets thus far. They've shot the puck well. They've passed the puck well. Everything in the offensive zone really crisp.
Puck in the neutral zone, and the Komets up along the left side. Here is Cuddemi. Cuddemi eyeing someone, had Schaafsma, passed it behind him and turning the corner. Here is Carzo. He will bring it into the Comet zone up along the far side, but Bobby Shea is there. Shea's got a man on him, but he's almost lost the puck. Got it back for a moment, and now Kansas City's got it in the corner. Up on the right side, here's a shot knocked down by Kravchenko. Up to the blue line, Corelli. Intercepted by Schaafsma. Now back to Bobby Shea up along the far side. Long stretch pass coming down to Kravchenko. He will carry it over the blue line. Komets got it on sides. Kravchenko not much help out there. Lost the puck. Now Kansas City will get it back into the Fort Wayne zone. It goes back behind the net where Michael Hauser, the goaltender, will play it. And here's Curtis Leonard. Leonard up along the far side has Dan Maggio. Maggio with a little bit of space out there. Streaks down the far wing, takes a shot, and hanging on is the goaltender Parsons. Takes us down to 11:43 now to go in the second. And the face-off will stay in the Kansas City zone. Same 2 teams tomorrow night. 7:30 is the start time right back here at the Coliseum. Puck is dropped, comes in the corner up along the far side, and it's controlled by Kansas City. Now quickly batted back the other direction. Here's Justin Hodgman. Hodgman over the line. The Komets just offsides. And Justin Hodgman not happy with that call. He's got some of the great reactions. You know the call before it even happens, the way Hodgie reacts to everything.
Well, he's shown that already tonight with,
yes.
Anticipating the face-off change.
Face-off just outside of the Kansas City blue line. Here is Marco Waugh. Kansas City, they win that face-off, and it comes along that far wing. And the Mavericks will bring it into the Comet zone, but Desjardins is right there. Up along that far side, he will flip it in and into the Kansas City zone. Comes down into the corner. That's Jordan Quaz, who's got the only goal tonight for Kansas City. Plays it out. Here's a shot by Maggio. Oh, the rebound came out. And here's Maggio with another shot. And Parsons the save. Comes out in front of the net. And coming back out is Kansas City. He will move it forward. They'll get it into the Comet zone just over the skate of Desjardins. He will go forward in the corner, play it off the end boards. And now the Comets have it back behind their own net. Oh, here's a turnover. It's Quaz with the interception. Gets it to Donne here in the corner. Now McMurtry. Now he goes back behind the net. Maggio is there for the Comets. He swings it up along the far sides. Cannot clear it. Anilowski back behind the net. Absorbs a check from Marco Wall. That gives Dan Maggio enough time to get rid of the puck. And it's going to be thrown all the way down the length of the ice for an icing on the Comets.
Well, Kansas City was the beneficiary of a turnover by Fort Wayne in their own zone. But even then, you can kind of see the dysfunction, Shane. Pucks and skates not really on the blade of the stick. Kansas City having all kinds of trouble, even getting a quality scoring chance.
Face off to the right of Hauser. And Pauly on the face-off with Waugh. Waugh wins it, able to get it to Maggio. And the puck squirts loose, and it's going to go end over end down into the Kansas City zone. Mavericks have it. They quickly turn it down the ice and into the Comet zone. Comets are back there. Here's Jason Binkley. Binkley and Cody Soul comes up along the near side. And they play it up to the blue line. Here's Hodgman with a long pass over on the far side behind Binkley. He retreats back deeper into his own territory, gets it over to his line mate Cody Soul. Now back to Binkley. Long pass the middle of the ice. It's Hodgman off the boards. Has a man down the far side. It's Fawcett. Fawcett top of the circle. He gets accosted up along the far side. Now Kansas City paying a little bit more attention to number 15. Here's Cody Soul on the left side. Here's a shot. That is going to be knocked down. Fawcett was right there in the middle. Back behind the net. It's controlled by the Mavericks in their own zone. And they finally get it free as Elbrecht will bring it forward. Knocked down at the center line by the Comets. Comets can't control it. It's going to be dumped into the Comet zone here in the corner. Here's Cody Soul. Soul skates in front of his own net up along the far side. Off the stick of Garrett Thompson, who's got 2 goals tonight. Thompson trying to control it. He gets tied up with Brooks. Comes up top to the blue line. And skating forward with it is Albrecht. Gets it out of the the Kansas City zone. Here's a shot off the side of the post. Going to come down into the corner. Now up along the near wall, it's Rocco Carzo. Backhands it up along the near side. And now down low into the corner where Bobby Shea greets it. Shea plays it ahead to Culkin. Culkin up along the far side. He skates with it, got some room. Culkin will just rim it around, and its Comets will give chase to it. Up along the near side, it's Jamie Schaafsma. His shot is going to be blocked. Back up along the far side, here's Bobby Shea. He's taken off the play. Here's Garrett Thompson. Had a man down low. It is Taylor Crunk. Crunk gets tangled up, but here's Schaafsma picking up the puck. Up top of the blue line, here's Shea creeping in, got a man. Here's Culkin. There's one too many passes, but it comes out to Shea. Shea with a shot. It is tipped, and it goes out of the zone.
Boy, just relentless pressure again. Fort Wayne getting the open lane of the net, taking the shot, and just a few too many bodies for Kansas City blocking it at the end.
Kansas City not quite sure what to do in their own zone there. As like you said, Jeff, the Comets keeping up the pressure. 8:17 to go in the second. Comets up 5-1. Goes back behind the Missouri net. And the Mavericks trying to get it out of their own zone. Kravchenko stops it. And now the puck is going to roll onto the tape of Donne. And now it's intercepted by Kravchenko at the Kansas City blue line. Kravchenko with a shot, and Parsons snatching it out of the air. And that will get us down to a break in the action. 5-1 Comets. We'll take a break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
If you're searching for premium temporary housing, we have the affordable alternative to a short-term or long-term hotel. Are you a family or traveling business salesperson relocating to Fort Wayne? Experience premium temporary living with Corporate Housing Systems. Serving Indiana and Ohio for over 30 years, we strive to offer exceptional service and value for all of our guests. Feel at home with Corporate Housing Systems. Visit www.corporatehousingsystems.com or call 888-544-5454 today.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service.
Thank you.
Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
For all your insurance needs, visit Jacob Insurance Service in Angola. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Jacob Insurance Service in Auburn.
Back live at the Coliseum, Shane Albarani and Jeff Childs with you here tonight. 7:55 to go in the second period. Shots in the game are only 13-12, yet the Komets have 5 goals on the board tonight.
Yeah, they've certainly taken advantage of their chances. They've really bottled Kansas City up in their own zone. It hasn't been really relentless pressure, but they've been really opportunistic as far as shooting the puck tonight.
Face off to the right of Parsons in the Kansas City zone. Up top to Maggio. He'll take a quick shot. It's going to be tipped. It goes back behind the net. Here's a centering pass. Going to be broken up by Quaz. And the Komets will stick it into the corner. And the Mavericks, again, skating around in their own zone. Albrecht will get it out. Here's Curtis Leonard. He gloves it down, finds Garrett Thompson. Thompson's pass is going to be intercepted and come back the other way. McMurtry rubbed off the play. It's going to be coming down into the Komet zone. Big hit there by the Komets. It goes back behind the net. Now up along the near side. Here's Garrett Thompson. Thompson trying to get around Detzel. And Detzel steps in front of the play, and now the puck is going to trickle down in the Kansas City zone. Now up along the near side, it's Quaz. And Quaz will put it all the way over on the far side to Detzel. Here's Elbrecht. We'll move it up along the near side, poked aside. And here is Marco Wall with it into the Kansas City zone. Dropped it off. Here's a shot. Szydlowski with a blast and a save made by Parsons.
Lots of dump and chase from the Mavericks when they have the puck. And really surprising to me that we don't see more offensive pressure or trying to take advantage of things off the rush. More often than not, the Fort Wayne defense is causing some turnovers, broken plays in the neutral zone. And that's allowing Fort Wayne to turn around and come back the other way quickly.
Under 7 to go here in the second period. Still 5-1 Komets. Face off to the left of Parsons. Sean Szydlowski on the drop. And now Szydlowski is going to get kicked out of there.
Fans groaned a little bit at that one.
That's the first time a Komet player's been kicked out of the face-off circle tonight. So, and here is the face-off. And the drop goes the way of the Kansas City Mavericks. Looks like we're going to have a quick offsides on the Komets. Taking us down to 6:51 to play in the second period. Shots are 14-12 in favor of the Komets. Face off just outside the Kansas City line. Here's Wall on the drop, wins it cleanly to Cody Soul. He will rim it around. Parsons has to come out and play it. Parsons will drop it back behind him, comes up along the near side, out to the blue line. Here's Sean Szydlowski, keep it in, and a man in front. It was Schaafsma. He just tipped it wide. Schaafsma absorbs a hit right on the shoulder as he pushes it over onto the far boards. Szydlowski now hits his man off the play. It's going to roll up to the top of the circle, now to the blue line, now to the center line for Cody Soul. Soul takes a hit from behind, and here we go. An odd man chance here for the Mavericks with a shot. Hauser the save. Rebound controlled by Binkley.
Strong save, Hauser, top of the crease. Not much to look at if you're a shooter.
Here's Taylor Crunk with it for the Komets. He flips it in. He's double-teamed as he gets over the blue line. But look at this. The tenacity of Crunk goes after it into the corner. Almost got it free. But Anilowski plays it up along the glass and now out of the zone. That will be an icing on the Mavericks with 5:56 now to go in the second, as the intensity has picked up a little bit, but you think the Mavericks would have a little bit
more jump,
you're right, a little more intensity in themselves, but not quite there yet.
Yeah, they've certainly been lackadaisical with the puck on their stick and the breakouts, but wanted to make a point, Shane, about Schaafsma, the veteran for Fort Wayne. He almost had the redirection goal in front. Even when he's not scoring, he's really creating things for his team.
There's Crunk down in the corner with 5:49 to go in the second. Komets having the Kansas City zone. Here's Bobby Shea. Shea lost the puck, and now it's going to come into the Komet zone. Dennis Kravchenko will circle around in front of his own net, gives it up to Shea. Now back to Culkin, in front to Crunk. Crunk gets taken off the play, but here is Kravchenko going back behind the net. Kravchenko with a man on him. Now we've got a pile up along that far side. Now we got a penalty called. We have got a holding call. And it appears it will be on Kansas City. That'll be the second time tonight. That's Kansas City will go to the penalty box. And it's the second power play of the game for the Komets. And the gate is open, and let's see who the guilty party is. We had quite a few bodies up along that far side. And it appears it's going to be Darren Norwick. Wears number 20 for the Mavericks. He will sit down. Komets will go on the power play. 1 for 1 tonight so far.
Sometimes you get power plays off strange things, but that came by the hard effort of Kravchenko. Really fought in the corner and drew that hold.
And Kravchenko will take this face-off to start up the power play. And now Kravchenko is going to get booted out for his troubles. He will get out of there. And here's Justin Hodgman. Up top of the blue line here is Binkley taking a shot, and hanging on is the goaltender Parsons. Just the 15th shot on Parsons that got to the net tonight. Komets lead at 5-1, and we will just line it up and have another drop. Same spot left to Parsons.
Already one power play goal in this game. Cuddemi found the back of the net earlier in the game.
And now Justin Hodgman, he's going to get kicked out, and the frustration showing on Hodgie's face as he reluctantly gets out of there. Kravchenko back in.
Excuse me, that was Culkin on the power play.
And the puck comes up along the near side out to the blue line and out of the zone. The Komets will have to start up fresh from their own line. Up along the far side. Now it's going to be tipped. Kravchenko grabs a hold of it. He's got Sean Szydlowski. Szydlowski gets forced into the boards. All he can do is go deep with it. Here's Schaafsma. Far side to Kravchenko. Lost an edge. Comes down into the corner. Here's Schaafsma. Schaafsma far side. Here's Szydlowski up top. High slot. Binkley has a man far boards. It is Kravchenko with a shot. Oh, what a save by Parsons. It was Sean Szydlowski, had him dead to rights, and Parsons came across and made a save.
Boy, Parsons splayed out to his right and just got the puck as it was going toward the goal line.
And I had the word score right there as Szydlowski had a wide open net, and somehow Parsons came back and robbed him. Here's Wall up along the far side. Still 1 minute to go on the power play as Kansas City will clear the zone. Here's Hauser. He will stop it, and he leaves it for Jason Binkley. Binkley moves it ahead. Here's Garrett Thompson with it. Thompson to the center line. Negotiates through some traffic. Gets it down low. And now here's Marco Wall up along the near side. Wall goes off the end boards. Komets have it. Still working on a power play. Wall up along the left wing. Here's a shot. That one is going to get the skate of Detzel, and it's going to go out of play. 3:48 to go in the second period, and even though Parsons had a rough night on the scoreboard, he has made a couple spectacular saves, just robbing Sean Szydlowski just moments ago.
Yes, he's acquitted himself early on. Maybe not every single goalie's allowed his fault, but he made a nice athletic play, get to his post, and just keep that puck out.
Waugh will take the face off with still 30 seconds to go on the Komet power play. And it's Cuddemi. Here's a shot from Culkin. That is going to go off the skate of Szydlowski. Now up along the far side. Komets have it. It is Culkin at the blue line. Great puck movement here by the Komets. Here's Wall with a shot right into the pads of Parsons, and he steers it wide. Back up along the far side, little give and go. Culkin winds up, has a man in front. It was Cuddemi, he couldn't connect. Back behind the net, Komets still have it on the power play. Here's Culkin, has a man one-timer, and that one is golfed high up into the screen, and that will do it for the power play.
Boy, great puck movement, Shane, as you said on that power play, side to side. They looked up top for Culkin. He wanted that one-timer a few times on the power play. We'll see if they go back to him later with the man advantage.
Still 5-1 Komets. Face off. Still in the Kansas City zone. Kansas City back even strength. And Hodgman to take the drop for the Komets. It's got Maggio and Leonard back at the blue line. Mike McMurtry to take the face-off. And Hodgman wins the drop cleanly. Here's a shot from Leonard from the points, and coming out to the top of the crease is Parsons to defend.
Coming down to just 3 minutes left in the second period, you and I remarked on this earlier, you think that Kansas City would have a little more jump in their step, a little more effort through the neutral zone, more crisp passing. They seem sort of lethargic in their play and digging the puck out of their own end right now.
And the puck up along the near side off the face-off. And it comes out to Kansas City. They bring it into the Komet zone. McMurtry has a man out in front. Here's a shot knocked down before it got through to Hauser. Now up along the far side. Now up top to the blue line again. Back on the right side. Another shot. And Hauser with the right leg save into the corner. Now wheeled up along the near side. Here's McMurtry. His shot is going to be knocked down by Hodgman. Hodgman didn't know where it was, and it goes onto the stick of Kansas City. It's Cooper with it. Now Szydlowski up along the near side. Spinning around, trying to get around Maggio. And down in the corner, pushed off the play. Now we got a pileup down low here on the near side corner, down in the Komet zone. Maggio gets in there, gets the puck free. And now up along the near side, poked away by Taylor Kruk. Now Maggio with it, comes out in front of the Komet net, out to the blue line. Here's a shot, and it's knocked down by Leonard. Hodgman with it off the boards. Here's Fawcett. Fawcett will turn on the Jets, got a man on him. Needs a little help out there, and he's cut off on the play by Hunter Smith. Coming back the other way, here's Cooper, but we're going to have offsides. 2:06 to go here in the second. We'll take another break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan favorite to see the best sports events with their incredible food and drink specials and wall-to-wall big flat screen TVs. Open daily 11 to 11 or later for the big games. Doozy's has daily lunch specials and is always the place to come out and watch the games. Doozy's next to Red River Steakhouse, just off I-69 at Coldwater Road in Washington Center.
You're listening to Komet Hockey.
.150 to go in the second period. Komets up by 4, 5-1. Here's Cody Soul on the far side. He's got Jamie Schaafsma giving it a look. Has a man wide open. Here's a shot. Szydlowski. It was knocked away. And Binkley will retreat after it in his own zone. Got a man on him, plays it off the far boards over to Szydlowski. Szydlowski will get it into the Kansas City end where it's knocked aside. And now back in the Komet end. Here's Cody Soul. He'll retreat back into his own end, finds the tape of Sean Szydlowski. Got a man on the far side. It's Gabriel Desjardins. He will take a shot and a save made by Parsons. Over to Hunter Smith, now back behind the net. Desjardins disrupts the play. Marco Waugh up top of the blue line. Here's a shot that's going to be knocked in. It's going to go out of the zone. Bobby Shea's got to go back with it. We've got 1 minute to go in the period. Up along the far side, here is Waugh. Cross-ice pass. Culkin trying to catch up to it. Comes down into the corner. Now up along the near side. And here's Cuddemi with a shot through traffic. Save made by Parsons. Now up along the far boards. Kansas City gets it out. Culkin is there picking it up. Culkin moves it ahead. The Komets are offsides, though. Here's Garrett Thompson picking it up. Garrett Thompson goes back behind the net. Thompson skates around, gives it up to Waugh. Up top of the blue line. Here's Bobby Shea with a wrister. That one is going to be tipped. That one will find the screen.
Territorial advantage and time of possession, just zone time for the Komets. They're just continuing the good work that they had in the first period, keeping the puck bottled in the Kansas City end, controlling the play, and really just nothing getting going right now for the Mavericks.
Komets with a commanding 4-goal lead. It is 5-1. Out shooting Kansas City 19-13. Here's the drop of the puck in the Kansas City zone. Goes back behind the net. And the Mavericks have it. They play it ahead. Up along the near side. And now down low into the corner with just 16 seconds. Here is Curtis Leonard. Leonard can't quite clear it. Still tied up here on the near side boards down in the corner. Leonard with it again. He's got Hodgman with 4 seconds. Hodgman's got a man. It's Fawcett on the right side coming in. He shoots. Score! That will count! Hodgman with the wicked wrister. And a great veteran move by Hodgman. He knew he had Fawcett to the right side. He knew the goaltender was looking at him, and he just wristed it over the shoulder.
Beat the buzzer, the wicked wrister from Hodgman. Great shot right over the shoulder, and I think you're right. I think that did beat the second period buzzer.
And we had a situation at the end of the game on Saturday against Toledo where Szydlowski, we thought he had a goal to end it with an empty netter, but time did expire. But when I looked up, they put 0.5 seconds on the clock. The red light did come on. The green light was not on. That one is going to count. And it is 6-1 Komets. And we will have a face-off at center ice with just 0.5 of a second on the clock, and that will do it. Oh, and that's, you know, when you're playing on your heels the way Kansas City is doing, and you give up a goal in the final second, not even the final minute, boy, that is just a killer going in the locker room.
That's a backbreaker for sure, and Kansas City really didn't have much offensively to hang their hats on in that period at all, but to give up a goal with 0.5 left, that's a backbreaker, and now Fort Wayne can just, not that they'll sit back, but they'll continue to be responsible in their own zone.
And Justin Hodgman, who has played very well through the game Saturday against Toledo and tonight, who's been knocking on the door. And when you see number 88 out there, and, you know, Jeff, you weren't very familiar with Justin Hodgman, but I talked him up, and you saw how smooth this guy is.
Oh, he's smooth with the puck. He's smooth with his line mates and his vision, where he sees them going, where he anticipates them going. And he's very opportunistic, and he caps all that off with a great wrist shot.
So the Komets will take a big lead into the locker room. We're through 40 minutes. 6-1 is the score. Komets with the lead. We'll be back. The Big City Cars Big Intermission Show coming up. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Nelson, Mays, and Wonka. All famous Willies. But getting the Willies, it isn't fun. That creepy feeling you get when you see all your high-interest debt? Partners First Federal Credit Union has the cure for the Willies, with products that are designed to help you. Nothing brings out those Willies more than a mortgage, car loan, or high-interest credit card. Partners First can keep those Willies away. Just go to partnersfirstcu.org to get started. Partners First Federal Credit Union. Part of your community, part of your tomorrow. Partners First Federal Credit Union is an equal housing lender. MLS number 405819.
MRIs are a valuable diagnostic tool, but they can be costly. The Community Open MRI Group can help. We have the region's lowest in-network insurance rates that are hundreds less than area hospitals. Our MRI is quiet and spacious, eliminating stress and anxiety. Remember, it's your choice where you go for your MRI. Contact the Community Open MRI Group and let us check your benefits first, with 3 convenient locations: Auburn, Decatur, and Fort Wayne.
Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's. Don't just think of it as half off late night apps at Applebee's. It's half off the after party, half off the first date, half off girls' night. Late night half-priced apps, only at Applebee's.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Take Midwest Gloves and Gear to work with you by using their full line of work gloves. Midwest Work Line features max performance gloves, PBR, along with a wide variety of Midwest branded gloves for any type of work. Midwest Gloves and Gear prides itself in being the largest manufacturer of American-made work gloves, and Midwest believes in investing in America. And that's why the Work Line features many styles made right here in the USA. For over 50 years, Midwest Gloves and Gear, Chillicothe, Missouri. Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back at the Coliseum, where the Komets are all over the Kansas City Mavericks by a score of 6-1. As we take a look at what has happened through 40 minutes of play. First, let's have a look at our shots on goal, brought to you by Combat Ops Arena, taking laser tag to the next level on Lay Road in Fort Wayne. Shots in the game, the Komets with 20 through 2 periods of play. Kansas City with 13. The Komets outshot Kansas City in the first period 8-6, and then 12-7 in the second period, for a game total of 20 and 13 respectively. Taking a look at the scoring, it has been all Fort Wayne. We got things going in the first period. Garrett Thompson, his first of the season. It came at 11:01. Cody Soul and Sean Szydlowski with the assist. And then Tyson Fawcett, his fourth goal in 2 games. 15:20 was the time. Curtis Leonard and Michael Hauser with the assist. That was originally credited to be unassisted. They now handed out 2 assists, and it was shorthanded as well. Jamie Schaafsma, the team's captain, got his first one of the season at 16-13. Szydlowski and Cuddemi with the assist, and the Komets were not done in that first period. Ryan Culkin, his first of the season at 17:47. Cuddemi and Waugh, the assist, it was on the power play, and the route was on. And then Kansas City, they come back in the second period. They got their first goal of the period and the first of the game for them. Jordan Quaz, his first of the season. 6:32 was the time. McMurtry and Cooper with the assist. The Komets come right back down and forget all about that goal by Quaz. Garrett Thompson, his second of the game at 6:58. Binkley with the assist. And then a pretty one, Justin Hodgman, his first of the season. Curtis Leonard with the lone assist, and it came at 19:59 of the second period to give the Komets a commanding 6-1 lead here tonight. Tyler Parsons, the starting goaltender for Kansas City. He has seen 19 shots. He has made 14 saves. Michael Hauser, steady as ever, has seen 13 shots, and he has made 12 saves, giving up just 1 goal against. Penalty comparison, Kansas City, they are 0-2 on the power play. They have been whistled for 11 minutes in penalties on 4 infractions. Same thing for the Komets, 11 minutes and 4. And the Komets are 1-for-2 on the power play. Attendance tonight, 7,140 have been on hand to see this one, and we have still got a full 20 minutes yet to play. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, and it is still one of those terrific family 4-pack deals. You can get 4 upper arena seats, 4 hot dogs, 4 soft drinks, and 4 chips, all for just $55. Get your tickets at the Coliseum ticket office tomorrow, as the same 2 teams again tomorrow night. 7:30 is the start time, and that is sponsored by Midwest America Federal Credit Union. We will take a break, and we'll come back and have a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Big City Cars on Lima Road.
Vehicles as low as $595. Payments starting at just $79.
Dependable cars on a budget.
Over 20 price under $1,000. If other dealers have turned you down, we go to work when the others say no.
Big City Cars.
Want a bigger deal? Get up to $5,555 more than your car is worth. And as always, if we can't beat the competitor's deal, we'll give you the car for free.
Big City Cars.
See dealer for complete details.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way, by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service.
Thank you.
Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
For all your insurance needs, visit Jacob Insurance
The autumn
Service
carb
in
turkey
Angola.
from Subway is back for a limited time, and it's delicious. Here, I'll make you one now. With thick cut turkey breast, with cranberry mustard sauce, and cheddar cheese. Man, that looks good. Go to Subway and get your autumn carb turkey for a limited time. Subway, so much turkey. I'm solid gold.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back at the Coliseum, where the Komets are up 6-1 on the Kansas City Mavericks, and we still have got the third period yet to be played. And folks, if you're here at the game, if you plan on coming tomorrow night, look up at the scoreboard. We have got some pretty neat features going on, including whose pregame meal is it? Brought to you by the Hamilton Public House, 4910 North Clinton, just down from the Coliseum. You can pick the pregame meal of your favorite Comet player, and when it's time for your pregame meal, check out the Hamilton Public House, now open just down the street from the Coliseum. And also, you can guess the body of your favorite Comet player with the Kelly Auto Body. Whose body is it? And that's Kelly Auto Body with 3 locations in Fort Wayne. Taking a look at the Meyer out-of-town scoreboard tonight in the ECHL. We've got one game going to a shootout. So we have got Manchester and Adirondack. They are tied at 5. Manchester with 4 goals in the second period. Adirondack with 2 in the third to tie it up, and they are going to a shootout. 4-3 game down in North Charleston, South Carolina. The Stingrays up on the Swamp Rabbits by a score of 4-3, 8:02 to go in the third. Also in the final stanza of play down in Atlanta, 3-1 is the score. The Everblades over the Atlanta Gladiators, 12:57 yet to be played in that contest. 2 other games out west at the end of one period of play. The Colorado Eagles are up 1-0 on the Norfolk Admirals at the Budweiser Event Center. And then we have got one more game that is also just underway. They're done with 20 minutes of play out in Idaho tonight. 2-1 is the score. The Utah Grizzlies up on the home team, the Idaho Steelheads. And again, that is through 20 minutes of play. Don't forget the simple savings you get with Meyer M-Perks, digital coupons and rewards. Sign up today at mperks.meyer.com. We will take another break. We are in the middle of the second intermission. You are listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
The destination is yours with Excursions Trailways Motor Coach Company. Excursions Trailways operates trips from Indiana and Ohio to destinations in the continental U.S. and Canada. Excursions is the proud official motor coach provider of the Komets, Tin Caps, IPFW, and St. Francis. They provide excellent customer service and clean, well-maintained coaches with courteous professional drivers. Choose your destination and give Excursions a call at 260-485-6167 or visit them on the web at excursionstrailways.com. Are you looking for a great way to entertain family, friends, clients, or employees? Or just treat yourself to a night of entertainment? Luxury suites or club seats at the Memorial Coliseum can be exactly what you're looking for. Whether it's a Fort Wayne Comet hockey game or other sporting event, a concert or family show, suites and club seats at the Coliseum are available on a single event basis. Amazing food and drinks delivered right to your seat. You'll never miss a moment of the action. Call the Premium Seating Office, 260-480-2186, about the suites and club seats at the Memorial Coliseum.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets are got a commanding lead, 6-1 going into the third period. And if you've been listening all night long, you've heard a new voice with us. It is the voice of Jeff Childs, who is sitting in for Robbie Irons, who will be back with us tomorrow night when the Komets face off with Kansas City again. But Jeff, he is here because he is the new voice of Trine University Hockey, the Trine Thunder. They will start play coming up next weekend, and you'll have your first broadcast, Jeff, next Friday night.
Oh, we certainly will, and I'm very, very excited, Shane. The very first season of Division III Trine Hockey. Great opportunity for me, but an even greater opportunity for Trine University to really showcase Trine Hockey to Central Indiana. Doubleheader starting next weekend. The first 2 games in Trine Hockey history. Back-to-back 2 schools out of the WIAC in Division III. Wisconsin Stout at 7 o'clock Friday night. And then the very next night, that'll really test the Thunder medal, shall we say, early on. Number 5 in the country, Wisconsin Stevens Point. point. So very stiff tests in the early going for the Thunder.
So if you get a chance to get up to Trine, the Komets are off next Saturday night, the very rare Saturday night off during the season. So if you can, get on up to Trine and see this Trine Thunder hockey team. You know how you get those hockey withdrawals, and Komet fans, you can head up just 45 minutes here up in Angola in a beautiful new facility, Jeff.
Oh, it certainly is a 1,000-seat building, the Thunder Ice Arena, right there off of Maumee Street when you enter Angola, Indiana. So it's a great opportunity, as Shane said, if you want to come down, come north rather to Angola and Trine University and check out this new hockey team. Very, very excited to drop the puck.
And next Saturday night, get on up. And, of course, you can also listen to Jeff all season long. Now, where are you going to be broadcasting up there?
We will be broadcasting on WEAX. That's the station on campus for Trine. Of course, you can also tune into the live stream, listen to the Thunder on TrineThunder.com, and the link will be there for you to listen.
So there you go. The hockey market, Indiana, just got a little bit richer with Trine Thunder facing off next weekend in their first games. We'll take another break. We'll see if the Komets can close this one out. 6-1 is the score. We'll be back. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
This is what it sounds like when real people guess which truck brand offers best-in-class V8 towing and best-in-class HD horsepower.
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
And this is what it sounds like when real people learn it's Chevy with the Silverado 1500 and Silverado 2500 HD.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Chevy, the only truck brand that offers choice without compromise. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Silverado 1500 class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR. When properly equipped with available 6.2-liter engine. Silverado HD with available 6.6-liter Duramax diesel engine.
What makes a great cup of coffee? Just ask Tim Hortons. That's where you'll find coffee sourced from some of the world's most renowned growing regions. Coffee made from 100% Arabica beans, roasted and taste tested by coffee masters. Tim Hortons' original blend is brewed in small batches and always served fresh within 20 minutes, just the way you like it. You're invited to find out why so many people love this coffee. Head to any of the Fort Wayne area Tim Hortons locations and try one today.
Knob Brick Company carries hundreds of styles of brick, literally something for every taste. With the change in the seasons, it's good to know that Knob also offers a wide variety of fireplaces, many of them Heat and Glow's finest, to add style to your home and warm it up on those cold evenings. They can even put a Heat and Glow insert into your existing fireplace to make it more efficient. Be sure to check out their fireplace showroom for some design ideas. Knob Brick is located on Fort Wayne's north side, not far from the Spies Fieldhouse. For a great Heat and Glow fireplace or that perfect brick for your home, see Knob, N-O-B, Knob Brick.
Time now for the Big City Cars Big Intermission Show.
Back live at the Coliseum, where the Komets, with their biggest offensive output in this very young season, we dropped 4 on the walleye in the victory on opening night last Saturday, and right now a 6th spot up on Kansas City. 6-1 is the score. Komets 6 goals on just 20 shots, so we're making them count here tonight. Garrett Thompson with 2 tallies tonight, and Tyson Fawcett also with the goal, and he's got 4 in just a game and a half, really. So the Komets with the hot hand. They're coming out of the locker room. We'll take one more break. Third period coming up. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
O'Daniel Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Illinois Road has added some new members to the team. Introducing the all-new Chrysler Pacifica, the only minivan to win 2017 IIHS Top Safety Pick. Also, now on the starting lineup is the all-newly redesigned Jeep Compass. Capable, modern, and stylish, all wrapped into one. The new scrapper on the team is the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. With 707 horsepower, this secret weapon will leave the competition wondering what hit them. O'Daniel is a proud sponsor of Komet Hockey, and we invite all the fans to come experience the difference in your next car buying experience. See the complete lineup of new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Ram trucks, all at O'Daniel on Illinois Road next to Meyer, or online all the time at O'DanielAuto.com.
And now, back to Komet Hockey.
Back at the Coliseum, where our score is 6-1. Komets over Kansas City. Same two teams tomorrow night. 7:30 is the start time, and then the Komets will take another week off before we play yet another home game. It will be here on the 27th as we get our first look at the Cincinnati Cyclones, and that will be the kids' Halloween costume parade. We have that every year. That'll be happening at 8 o'clock on the 27th against Cincinnati. Komets do not hit the road until November 5th when we go up to Kalamazoo, and that is the start of a 5-game road trip for the Komets. Okay, fresh 20 minutes up on the clock. Komets got a 5-goal cushion, and here we go. Third period is underway. The Komets have got the puck dropped down in the Kansas City zone, and here is Rocco Carzo quickly takes it away. Here's Corelli at the red line, sends it back to Elbrecht, and Elbrecht tries to control it. He's able to pull it in, and he's able to get it deep into the Komet zone. Here's Hauser into the corner to Bobby Shea. Bobby Shea gives it up to Desjardins. His pass is knocked aside, and it's controlled by the Mavericks up along the far side in the Komet zone. Up top of the blue line and right between the wickets of Patch Albert. It's going to go all the way down to the goaltender, Tyler Parsons. Parsons gives it up to Albert. Now comes up along the left side, and it's going to be into the Komet zone. Into the corner. Here is Curtis Leonard. Leonard will play it up along the near side. Now it's Gabriel Desjardins. Desjardins up along the near wing. Cross ice pass. The Komets have it. It's flipped forward. McMurtry off the boards. Stopped there behind the Komets. It's Maggio. His pass is going to be knocked out of the air by Anilowski. And now up along the far side. And here is Curtis Leonard. And Leonard into the corner. Anilowski will dig it out of there. Go back behind his own net. Desjardins will peel off. And Anilowski will get some room to bring it forward. Up along the far side. They bring it through the middle of the ice. Cody Soul is there. Place it off the boards. It's going to be knocked there by the blue line. Justin Hodgman comes in. Takes a high stick. Doesn't get a call as it comes to Michael Hauser, who will make the stop. Now Anilowski back up along the left side. Sent forward, and here's Fawcett with the pickoff. He is going to put it off the backhand and into the KC zone. It's going to come down into the corner. Now played up along the near wall. Now all the way down into the Komet zone. Anilowski jabs at it, comes to Binkley, and we're going to have offsides call on Kansas City. Well, not much intensity by Kansas City. They're down by 5 goals, but they got to think, we got another game against these guys tomorrow night.
Yeah, maybe conserve the energy for the final game of the weekend series. Nice play by Soul again, and that play with his stick knocking the puck down at the line, emblematic of the night for the Komets as a whole defensively. Their posture, Shane, very good, not allowing Kansas City to come out of the corner with the puck. They've just been really responsible defensively.
2 minutes have passed here in the third period. Komets with a 6-1 edge. Puck up along the far side, knocked aside, and all the way down in the Kansas City zone. It's Donne up along the left side. Intercepted. Komets come back the other way. Sean Szydlowski got a man in front. It's Schaafsma off the post. Rebound is going to go wide. Schaafsma had Parsons beat cleanly, but he just got the pipe. Up along the near side, Bobby Shea out to Kravchenko, and Kravchenko sends it ahead. Here's Schaafsma who gets tangled up. Able to get the puck over to Bobby Shea, who will get it back behind the net. It's Donne up along the far side to Pauly. Pauly with a backhander. Now back on the far side, spinning around is Maggio. Gets it into the offensive zone. And here we go in front. Marco Wally scores! All alone on the goaltender. He had about a week and a half to shoot. Marco Wall was all alone. Put it right on the backhand and over the shoulder.
Oh, boy, Marco Wall, dipsy-do, backhand, forehand again. He could pour himself a cup of coffee. He had so much time there.
A 7 spot tonight. Marco Wall with the 7th goal of the game. And the Komets did a nice job of keeping the puck in the zone. They could have given up on that play, but it was held in at the point. Wall snuck in behind everybody. And Wall, like you said, did every move in the book. And finally got it over the shoulder of Parsons.
And that play started. It was a nice finish by Wall, but that started in the neutral zone again. Kansas City turnover forced by the Komets, and they were able to get in on the rush and just get behind the Maverick defense.
Assisting on the goal, number 14, Gabriel Desjardins. Time of the goal, 2 minutes, 53 seconds.
Desjardins with the assist, and here's Garrett Thompson coming down the far side off the faceoff. 16:47 to go in the third. Cuddemi up along the far side. Here's Justin Hodgman. Hodgman, far side, circles around, will take a shot that goes wide. And here's Garrett Thompson, will take a shot that goes off the side of the cage. Up top of the blue line, and it's going to trickle down into the Comet zone. Here's Rocco Carzo. Carzo absorbs a hit down in the corner. Now up along that near side, we've got a pile up in the Comet zone, and here's Bobby Shea. Shea will get it out to Cuddemi. Cuddemi's got a man over on the far side, and the Comets flip it into the Kansas City zone. Szydlowski in front of his own net will play it ahead. And now back into the Comet end, back on the far side. Floated forward. Here's Fawcett chasing after it. Comes down into the corner. Fawcett plays it up along the near side. Schaafsma steps in front of the play. Fawcett in there as well. Schaafsma digging it out of there. Goes back behind the net. He's met there by Szydlowski. Plays up along the far side. Now it goes back behind the net. And now back forward. Into neutral territory. Szydlowski lost it to Schaafsma. Nice play. Here's Szydlowski picking it up. Pokes it ahead over the blue line. Onside's got Fawcett in front of him. Szydlowski still with it. Over to Maggio with a shot, and Parsons got a stick on it.
Boy, great floating pass to Maggio. Stepped into it at the point.
In the corner, here's Crunk. Crunk got his stick taken out of his hands as he gets the puck to Szydlowski. And now Kansas City, they will bring it ahead. And here is Cody Soul. Soul at the blue line. We'll just send it back into the Kansas City zone. And Szydlowski up along the left side into the Comet zone. Here's Hauser. Hauser will stop it, and he will give it to Cody Soul. Hauser, that's the first time he's touched the puck, I think, in his third period. We're 5 minutes in. Here's Crunk down the right side. Crunk looking to float it in front. It's knocked aside. And now down low in the corner. Back, here we go, Desjardins. Up along the far side, Cody Soul winding up. Here's a shot. It's tipped by Crunk. I think Parsons got the left leg out. Back on the far side, Crunk trying to go to Kravchenko, goes between his legs, and back the other way. Here's Cody Soul. Soul will turn the corner. He will bring it back up ice, hit the center line, back up along the far side. Here's a shot. Parsons makes the save. Oh, goes right between his legs off the end boards. Could have been disaster for Parsons. Comets have scored pretty much every way tonight, and that would have been a different one.
Quite creative.
We got a penalty called, a delayed call, and it's going to be on the Comets. Here comes Parsons off to the bench for the extra attacker, and it's going to be touched by Shea. And we are going to have a slashing on the Comets. 14:04 to go in the third. Comets up 7-1. We'll be back. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
ERS OCI Wireless is the official radio provider for the Fort Wayne Komets. ERS OCI Wireless is a Motorola partner in Fort Wayne, providing wireless voice and data systems that allow organizations across Indiana to operate their business more efficiently. Reach out to ERS OCI Wireless at 260-747-0584. That's 260-747-0584. Or online at www.ers-oci.com.
WOWO and WMEE HD2 Fort Wayne.
You're listening to Comet Hockey.
Garrett Thompson is the guilty party for the Fort Wayne Komets. He is off 2 minutes for slashing, and the Mavericks will go on the power play. Third power play of the game for Kansas City as Cooper works it down low here in the corner, up top of the blue line. Now up along the near side. Comets trying to muscle it out, and they do.
Great effort.
It is Hodgman who gets it out of there. Hodgman now peels off, just gets it into the Kansas City zone, tries to go to the neutral zone where it's intercepted and back the other way. Hodgman gets back on D, comes up along the left side and into the corner. Now swiped along the far side at the blue line up top, Carzo. Is able to get it in deep into the corner. Comes down to Hodgman. Hodgman now will move it ahead. And here we go. Here's Dan Maggio. Maggio down the right side. He will float it forward, and the Comets will get a line change.
Not really a noticeable play that'll end up on the stat sheet, but Hodgman in his own zone, careful with the puck and clearing it out, and that'll go a long way towards a victory.
The Comets have already killed off a full minute of this power play, and Kansas City yet without a shot on goal. Here's Bobby Shea with the pickoff. Bobby Shea got Crunk in front, floats it in front. Oh, Parsons, what a save. Nice pass by Shea. Crunk was there on the finish, but Parsons was there to shut the door.
Post to post, split the legs.
That's what you got to do, and the Komets have done that a lot tonight. 7 goals up on the board. As Jordan Quaz with a bad pass out of the zone, Anilowski's got to come back for it. Down to 36 seconds to go on the power play. Komets have held the Kansas City Mavericks to just 14 shots on net as KC is called for offsides.
And an unforgivable mistake on a power play. When you're leading that rush, you should know where your teammates are at. So sort of shows how symptomatic it's been and how, you know, a rougher night for the Kansas City offense. You just can't go offsides on a power play.
12:35 to go in the third. 7-1 is the score. Komets with the lead. Szydlowski and McMurtry on the face-off. Szydlowski will win it. It's going to go backwards to Maggio. He will zip it down the length of the ice with 26 seconds to go on the power play. Kansas City with just 1 shot on goal in this third period. Anilowski has got it. It's going to be into the Komet zone off the end boards. Hauser is going to come all the way out. He will push it up along the far side. 10 seconds to go on the power play. Nice play by the Komets. It's Leonard who gets it back behind the net. Now Szydlowski with it. Backhander comes up to the blue line. Down to 1 second. We're back to 5-on-5. Here is a shot. Save made by Hauser. Comes out. Komets got a man floating out of the penalty box. It's Garrett Thompson. Couldn't get it to him. Back up along the far side, and we have got offsides with 11:55 to go in the third. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WoWo.
The Holiday Inn at the Coliseum, located across from the Memorial Coliseum, is the official home of the Komets. Whether it's a corporate meeting to large wedding receptions or just a getaway weekend, the Holiday Inn has you covered. Event space in the Holiday Inn can hold up to 300 people, and with 151 guest rooms, the Holiday Inn is ready to meet your personal or business needs. With a highly trained staff at the Holiday Inn, you can count on things being done right. Contact the Holiday Inn at the Coliseum to schedule your event today at 260-579-9135.
This is Komet Hockey.
11:43 to go here in the third. Komets back on the attack, up by 6 goals. Thompson gets it to up top of the blue line. Here's a shot by Soul. Kravchenko in the corner. Has a man breaking in. Oh, it was Garrett Thompson. And it was just broken up. Now the Mavericks coming back down the far side into the Komet zone. Poke checked away by Binkley. Now up along the near side. All the way down low in the corner. Big mashup down there. Everybody down there. Almost everybody below the goal line. Referee in no hurry to blow the whistle. And it comes out to Marco Wall. Wall goes back behind the net, but he lost the puck. But a nice play by Garrett Thompson, helping out his teammate. Jason Binkley now below the goal line. We got a penalty called.
Another one on Fort Wayne?
I think this is going to go against Kansas City. We got someone going down. Took a high stick, maybe right under the chin. That appears to be Garrett Thompson. Yeah, Thompson took it. He's checking the mouth guard. He's checking the teeth. So the Komets will go on a power play. And that is going to be Justin Brenton being sent off. 10:54 to go in the third. And the Komets going on a power play. 1 for 2 tonight with the man advantage. And the face-off will be in the Kansas City zone. To the left of Tyler Parsons, who has had a rough night. Hodgman on the faceoff with Carzo, and now Hodgman is going to get the boot. And Hodgman letting Carzo and the linesman and everybody else who will listen know.
That's like the 3rd or 4th time tonight that Hodgman's been frustrated in the circle.
And Hodgman's going to get the faceoff, and it's going to come up to Jason Binkley to the blue line. And now up along the far side. Back to Binkley, high slot. He'll take a shot. It's blocked. Kravchenko chasing it down. There's Kravchenko in the corner, giving it a look. Here's a one-timer. It's knocked down. Rebound comes all the way up along the far side. Komets have it. Working on the power play. Here is Kravchenko. Far side, up top to Binkley at the blue line. Back over. Here's Szydlowski. Has a man in front. It's Schaafsma right into the pads of Parsons. Back up along the far side. It is Hodgman who catches a high stick. Doesn't get a call. Back up to Binkley. Binkley back to Kravchenko. Kravchenko at the blue line, taking his time. It's got Sean Szydlowski coming down low. Here's Hodgman.
Watch Schaafsma backdoor here.
And here we go. Schaafsma has got it. Give and go in front, looking for Hodgman. It's broken up. Komets still have it. Kravchenko on the right side. Kravchenko creeping in, had a man in front. It's Schaafsma again. And it goes up along the far side to Hodgman. Hodgman to the point. It's Binkley winding up. His shot is tipped wide. And that one will stay in play. Kravchenko up top to Binkley. Now return pass to Kravchenko. He will wind up, zips it wide. Far side it is Hodgman. Hodgman in the corner, sidesteps a check, goes back behind the net, centers it. That's going to go to Binkley.
Sliding effort.
Nice job by Binkley to hang on to the puck. Gets it to Szydlowski. Sid up along the far side in front. Here's a shot, save made, and Parsons shuts the door. Still can't clear it. Szydlowski, top of the circle. One-timer, that's knocked aside. Rebound, save made by Parsons, and he finally is able to fish it into his glove.
Out of desperation, a shooting gallery from the Komets. And how about Binkley sliding at the line? His team's up 6 goals, and he still makes that play.
And that's one of those, you're not going to see in the box score, but that's one of those things where that's just an effort play. Your team is up by 6, and you're still flat out diving across the blue line, trying to keep the puck alive on a power play. Unbelievable effort by Binkley. This Komet team has not let up, even though we are up by 6 goals.
That's one that might not end up in the stat sheet, but Binkley will get a nice pat on the back from head coach Gary Graham later on.
Komets still working with 21 seconds to go on this power play. It has been a shooting gallery down there. And here we go. Fresh set of legs out there. Here's Culkin to Waugh. Waugh picked up his first of the season earlier in the game. Here's Waugh coming down low. Got a man breaking in. Here's a shot. Save made. Score on the rebound. It is 8-1. Gabriel Desjardins on the power play. Nothing you can do from a goaltending perspective there. Parsons did everything he could do. He kept it out, but Desjardins following it up. And the intensity level of the Fort Wayne Komets tonight has been so steady. 6-goal lead, and now we make it 7.
Another power play goal, and I believe that's 3 specialty teams goals tonight with a shorthanded goal. Parsons had a sliding effort, made the first save, couldn't get the rebound, but Fort Wayne is just all over Kansas City on the man advantage.
8-1 is the score. We'll take a break. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
This is Scrap Chat with Max Hall, reminding you that while all metal has value, not all metal recyclers value you. At OmniSource, guys like me tell you what your metal's worth and how to make it worth even more the next time.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Gregory Associates in Fort Wayne.
8-1 is the score. 8:15 to go here in the third, and the Komets are still putting the pressure on the Mavericks. And now the Mavericks get it out of there. And it's Szydlowski bringing it forward, but look at Justin Hodgman. He's there. Hodgman gets it aside. It's going to come along the near wing. And here is Culkin to Hodgman. Here's a shot. That's blocked. Far side, it's Maggio. Going to put it right back in on the goaltender, and Parsons with the save.
Komets are swarming, they are suffocating, and even when Kansas City gives themselves a little bit of a break and they clear, the puck goes right back in their end. This has been just a dominating clinic by Fort Wayne, offensively, defensively, a complete game.
8-1 is the score. It takes us to a break in the action. We'll step aside. You're listening to Komet Hockey on WOWO.
Trust the doctors at IPFW Athletics and the Fort Wayne Komets Trust. Aaron Chiropractic is well known for providing quality yet cost-effective care for sports injuries, muscle, and joint problems. They're one of the only clinics in the region to provide its patients with pain relief utilizing numerous therapies, including acupuncture, massage, and rehabilitation. Aaron Chiropractic is conveniently located in Northeast Fort Wayne. Find us on the web at aaronchiro.com or call 492-8811 to schedule an appointment.
Komet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Insurance and Financial Services in Auburn.
Our score is 8-1, and a little more story down there. The intensity level of the Komets. Justin Hodgman, we're up by 7 goals, and Justin Hodgman is still in the linesman and the referee's ear during the break here. If that tells you anything, that no matter of goals is going to be good enough for these Komets, at least here tonight.
No, they put up an 8 spot on this Kansas City team, and poor Parsons at 20 years old gets his baptism by fire in the ECHL, and it's not one that he'll want to remember too fondly.
Komets 29 shots on goal. Mavericks with 15. Kansas City with just 2 shots on goal here in this third period. 7,100 fans on hand here tonight, and they have seen a gem. Komets still putting on the pressure here in the Kansas City zone. Up along the far side, Pauly will get it out. And now it's going to be off, our hand pass rather, on Kansas City. That will give us a whistle. Stick around after the game. The Ruoff Home Mortgage, great name to know, player of the game. And we got some choices here. As you said, Jeff, 7 players tonight getting their first goal of the season.
Yeah, that's an indicator of this game. And the score is an indicator in a way of how great Fort Wayne has been, how balanced they've been. But that's what it can do to the team that's trailing a game like this. It can get very demoralizing. And then on top of it, when you spend so much time in your own end defending, it just tires you out. And the Mavericks are looking very tired by their body language.
Mavericks had a full week off. They played last Friday against Tulsa in Tulsa. Have not played a game since then. The Komets were also off all week. Same 2 teams tomorrow night, 7:30. That's the rematch back here at the Coliseum. Komets will get it into the Maverick zone. That's going to be an icing. Takes us down to 7:21 to go here in the third period. So we'll take the long walk all the way down here into the Komet zone. Face off to the right of Michael Hauser. And all this offense just overshadows what Michael Hauser did last Saturday against Toledo and tonight as well.
Yeah, he was great last Saturday, but he's building on it. Hasn't been called upon to make great, outstanding saves, but he's had 2 or 3 that have been really good and helped stake his team to this big differential.
And the 1 goal he gave up was kind of a fluky goal where I think everybody...
Really broken play in front.
They really thought everybody thought the play was dead. But the referee did not blow the whistle. And we continue here with 7 minutes to go here in the third. Komets bring it in. Here is Hodgman. Look at this stick handling through traffic. Taken off his feet before he could get a shot off.
Boy, Hodgman looking like Paul Correa in there with the puck on his blade.
It was glued to it as he went through about 3 Mavericks, but unfortunately could not get a shot off. Puck comes into the Komet zone. Here's Binkley. Binkley up along the far side has Cody Soul. Soul up along the near side. Lost it. And it's going to be brought back into the Komet zone. Here is Corelli with a man in front. Oh, what a diving stop by Binkley. Puts it on net, and it's going to be a save by Hauser. Another great layout by Jason Binkley. Team up by 7, and he's just laying out the body.
He's still continuing to work hard, and coaches love to see that, whether it's the keep-in he had at the offensive blue line, blocking shots. He's been all over, and defensively, again, doesn't show up in the box score, but those are things that coaches will rave about later on.
Face-off will remain in the Komet zone. Komets out shooting Kansas City 30-15 in this game.
Seems like more, doesn't it?
It does. It really does. It seems like about 50-1. Here's Bobby Shea with the puck. He will bring it out of the zone. Gets it to Ryan Culkin. Culkin over the blue line. And he will bring it into the Mavericks zone where he loses the puck up along the far side. Corelli lost it to Culkin. Rolls out in front of the KC net. Now it's going to be a long stretch pass. And Kansas City coming in on a breakaway on Hauser. And a save made by Hauser.
Boy, best of the night he's had to make, and he made a great one on the breakaway.
Comes down in the corner in the Komet zone. And up along the near side, it's Bobby Shea. Floats it ahead, comes out to the center line. And Cooper has got it coming in, and Hauser takes a shot. He squeezes the pads, and he gets the whistle. And look at Kravchenko taking him into the boards. And insult to injury, and Kravchenko's going to drop him. Kravchenko going after Cooper. And the scrappy Dennis Kravchenko. Look at this guy, up by 7, and he's still taking guys into the boards. Kravchenko's going to go off. Cooper will go off as well. Should be coincidental minors.
The Komets have an 8-1 lead on the scoreboard, and they're imposing their will physically as well. This is really not something that you see in a score like this. You don't have to do it, but that says a lot about the character guys on the Komets roster.
And remember, these two teams have got to play tomorrow night, so you can't
send that message.
You can't send that message to say, hey, we're going to let up at all. And the Komets have put together so far a full 60 minutes, and we got 5:45 yet to go. We'll take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
The autumn carved turkey from Subway is back for a limited time, and it's delicious. Here, I'll make you one now. With thick cut turkey breast, with cranberry mustard sauce, and cheddar cheese. Man, that looks good. Go to Subway and get your autumn carved turkey for a limited time. Subway, so much turkey.
I'm solid gold. Comet Hockey is brought to you by Auto Owners Insurance and Jacob Insurance Service in Auburn.
Well, Kravchenko gets the extra 2, so Kansas City on a power play here. 8-1 is the score. Komets with a big lead, just 5:29 to go in the game. But Kansas City looking to get another one here on the board. Here's a shot, and Hauser with the save.
I was just about to say before the Komets allowed the breakaway a few moments ago that you haven't said giveaway a lot tonight. They've been really responsible with the puck. And even when, Kansas City has a moment like this where they're on the power play, guys are going down to block shots. They're cutting off lanes. There just hasn't been a lot of high-quality opportunities for the Mavericks in front of the Fort Wayne goal.
Face off to the left of Hauser. And here's Szydlowski. Comes up along the far side to Binkley. Out to Cody Soul, and he promptly deposits into the Kansas City end. Patch Albert back for Kansas City. Albert moves it ahead. It's going to be McMurtry with it. Carries it into the Comet zone. Gains the blue line. He's on sides. Here's Rocco Carzo. Carzo sets it up. Got a man over onto the far side. Here's a shot. What a block by Garrett Thompson. Thompson laying out. Back up along the far side. McMurtry will keep it in. Plays it up along the left wing. Komets will get it free with 1 minute to go on the power play. Szydlowski will go back up along the far side, and he will put it into the Comet zone. And you ice the puck on a power play. That's when you know it's a bad night.
It's a laundry list of mistakes, and I documented a few earlier. Just the poor passing, the rough zone entries, offsides on a power play. That's 2 or 3 of those that they've had, and an icing now. You just can't do that. Those are unforgivable mistakes, and it's just added to the woe for the Mavericks.
Face off to the left of Parsons in the Kansas City zone. Fawcett on the drop. Mavericks have got the puck back behind their own net. They're still on a power play for another 45 seconds as they bring it into the Comet zone. It's going to be pushed here on the near boards and swiped back behind the net. Here's Bobby Shea. Shea in the corner. Desjardins is there up along the far side. Now to Shea, trying to spin around, getting around Szydlowski. And it comes down into the corner. Back up top, far side. Corelli taking a shot right into the glove of Hauser.
Picking cherries.
Picking cherries. Save that for your own broadcast, buddy. 4:10 to go here in the third. Face-off will be to the right of Hauser. Cuddemi digs into the face-off circle, comes down into the corner. Fawcett couldn't control it. Corelli to the blue line. Kansas City still on a power play. Back up along the far side. Here's a shot, and they score. They get Hauser on that far post. And Hauser not happy with himself.
Yeah, he slammed his stick in frustration, and after the night he's had, you don't really want to give one up late like that. It was a great opportunity for the Komets to, grease the wheels a little bit more, the penalty kill, and get that unit some more experience on the season. But a late goal for the Mavericks.
Makes it 8-2. 4:01 to go here in the third. as Hauser gives up a goal. But Hauser, hadn't seen much action here in this third period. And when you're a goaltender, you want to see pucks. So, a little rusty. He was down there because he hadn't seen very many in the first half of the third period. But Hauser not happy with himself. But, hey, it's a 6-goal lead now. We'll take it. Up along the far side, quickly into the Kansas City zone. Up top of the blue line. And now to the center line. It rolls now into the Comet zone. Here is Marco Waugh, who got his first of the season. And here's Maggio. Onto the stick of Corelli. Now Corelli back to his own line, moves it ahead. Now to the center ice logo where Dan Maggio is waiting, and he will move it over to Marco Waugh. Waugh will get it into the Kansas City zone. He will rim it around, and here's Sean Szydlowski. Szydlowski up along the near side, and he drops it back down low below the goal line. Back on the far side, Sean Szydlowski. Far boards controlled by the Mavericks. Skating 5-on-5 here, and we've got 3 minutes to go here in the third. Comets up 8-2. Binkley up along the far side. Here's Fawcett, who takes a hit, couldn't clear the zone. Comes down. Here's Paulie with a shot, and right into the glove of Hauser. 2:49 yet to go. We'll take another break. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
Life can be unpredictable. 1 minute everything's fine. In the next, you have a kid with a fever, and it's already past 5. That's when you need Parkview First Care. We have extended hours, including evenings and weekends, convenient locations, and Parkview Physicians Group providers to make your whole family feel better. When you can't wait to see your doctor, go to the walk-in clinic that's part of the PPG community of care. Parkview First Care. Get in, get better, get going.
And now, back to Comet Hockey.
Under 3 minutes to go here in this game. And we got a penalty called right off the face-off. Hodgman, Cody Soul out there. They're talking to Hunter Smith. Hunter Smith, a big guy, 6'7", 230. And it looks like Hodgman is the one going to get sent off for slashing. Well, even though you got a 6-goal lead, you don't want to lose the composure and give the Mavericks any type of momentum going into a matchup tomorrow night.
No, certainly. You want to stay sharp, not turn pucks over in your own zone. You want to get the sweep on Saturday night. And like you said, just retain the composure and finish out the game strong.
So the Comets go back in the penalty box. Hodgman is in there this time. Slashing is the call. And the Mavericks win the face-off down in the Comet zone, but the Comets promptly clear it. Comes down off the end boards. Here's Parsons. He'll give it a play. And he gives it to Patch Albert. Albert up along the far side. And it's moved ahead into the Comet zone. Back up along the far side. Here's Carzo dropping it back to the blue line. Backhander deep into the corner along the far side. Carzo picks it up. Carzo rubbed off the play. Mavericks still have it up top. Anilowski winding up. And Hauser cutting down the angle, making the save.
Solid save, swallows at the puck, no rebound. That'll boost his confidence a little bit after the goal he was upset about. Nothing for a goaltender's confidence like squeezing the puck and allowing no rebound.
Hauser's played both games the Comets have played this season, so we might expect to see Garrett Bardas tomorrow. Pure speculation on my part, but Bardas yet to get into a game yet. And the face-off will be in the Comet zone. 1:27 to go on the power play, 2:11 to go in the game. Marco Waugh is going to get kicked out of the face-off circle. And here's Garrett Thompson on the penalty kill. Wins the face-off, comes in the corner, and it's sent all the way down to the Mavericks blue line. Anilowski on the left side. Missed pass. McMurtry will pick it up. He's got to go all the way back into his own zone. Going to go behind the net as he gets chased by Garrett Thompson. What a play by Thompson. Took it right off his tape, and he kept it down there for a moment. Now here's Carzo up along the left side. Carzo lost it to Thompson. Thompson with a man breaking.
Good pass.
And he's got Culkin. Now here is Marco Waugh. 2-on-1. Oh, he floated out in front. Nice play by the D-man coming back for Kansas City. Carzo now will bring it forward into the Comet zone. Floats it in front. Here's Bobby Shea. Lifts the puck, and he gets it out of the zone. 1:28 to go in the game. And here's Taylor Crunk. Crunk will get it to Culkin over onto the far side. And here is Leonard. He will simply put it down on Parsons, and Parsons will leave it for Alex Brooks. Goes back behind the nets. And here's Corelli with 1:09 to go in the game. Up along the far side, Corelli has got it. He gets the blue line. And into the Comet zone it goes. 1 minute to go. 15 seconds to go on the power play. Up along the near side. And up along the near wing, and here's a centering pass. Comes out to Corelli, up top to the blue line to Brooks, far side. Kansas City still has it. We're back to 5-on-5. Corelli breaks his stick. Didn't lose the puck, however. And it comes to Norwick, up along the far side. Now coming down low with 34 seconds to go. Up along the far side in the Comet zone, up top to the blue line. Held in. Mavericks still have it, but now it's Crunk with it with 23 seconds. He will play it off the far side boards. Couldn't get it deep into the Kansas City zone. Mavericks come back with it. Here's Brooks coming in, taking a shot. It's blocked by Leonard. 14 seconds to play in the game. And Leonard will push it up along the near side wall. Cooper has got it with 9 seconds. Cooper plays it ahead into the neutral zone with 5 seconds. He enters the Comet zone, comes down into the corner with 1 second. There's the horn, and the Comets with a blowout victory here at home. 8-2 is the final score. And Jeff, it was a dominating performance from start to finish.
Boy, Fort Wayne put the clamps down. They dominated every phase of the game. A power play goal, a shorthanded goal, even strength goal, but perhaps more importantly for head coach Gary Graham, he saw his team be very responsible with the puck in their own zone, didn't turn it over a whole lot, and didn't allow Kansas City to get going in transition. 8 goals is nice, but even better when you lock a team down defensively.
And like you said, responsible. I think that was the main word of the night. It was responsible play by the Comets in and out of the zone defensively and offensively. We took care of the puck, took care of Michael Hauser, who again, a big offensive output. His effort tonight going to be overshadowed by that, but he played great.
Hauser was great, yeah. He wasn't really called upon until later in the game to make a big save. Upsetted himself that he gave up the second goal, but it was academic as far as the outcome at that point. But Hauser showed, and I'm sure you'll see going forward later in the season, how he establishes himself back there in the net.
8-2 is the final score. That will do it. Jeff, I want to thank you so much for coming down here and helping me out tonight, sitting in for Robbie Irons. Robbie will be back tomorrow. But remember, Jeff Childs, the new voice of the Trine Thunder hockey team, and they start up next weekend, next Friday and Saturday. And you can check out Jeff all season long for Trine Thunder hockey. We'll be back with a post-game show. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WOWO.
Aaron's has some really great news. Aaron's is offering 120 days same as cash. That's right, and here's how it works. Sign a new lease agreement and you have a full 4 months, 120 days to pay Aaron's everyday low price. They even offer a 20% instant rebate if you purchase outright. 120 days same as cash. Not bad, huh? Just stop by or call to learn more. And remember, you don't need credit. All you need is Aaron's. And nobody beats Aaron's. Nobody.
Save on Marathon top-tier gasoline and get free Comet hockey tickets. Get a Marathon Visa card at any Marathon station and earn up to 25 cents per gallon rebate. Also, pick up a Comets fill-up card and earn a buy one, get one free ticket offer to any Friday night regular season home game. Remember, use your Marathon Visa card and earn a 25 cents per gallon savings and a free Comet game ticket. Marathon, top-tier certified gasoline with STP additives, fueling the American spirit.
In 1916, Auto Owners Insurance teamed up with local independent agents so customers could get fast, friendly, local service.
Bravo!
It worked so well, we decided to keep it that way. And 100 years later, we still do things the same way by teaming up with local independent agents who deliver quality, personal service.
Thank you.
Some might call that old school. Then again, maybe everything old is new again. Kind of refreshing, isn't it?
For all your insurance needs, visit Jacob Insurance Service in
1975, Miller Lite made history by proving we could brew a great-tasting light beer. And to mark the occasion, we're bringing back our original Steiny bottle for a limited time. Miller Lite, the original light beer, back in its original bottle. Grab one before they're all gone. Great beer, great responsibility. 2017 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis 12 fluid ounces, 96 calories, 3.2 grams carbs, less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
Welcome to the Comet Hockey OmniSource Recycled postgame show.
Finishing things up as 7,140 fans here at the Coliseum. They saw a gem. The Komets 8, Kansas City 2. It was a domination that we have not seen in some time here at the Coliseum, but the Komets certainly did it tonight. It was a devastating effort. 8-2 was the final score. First, taking a look at our Combat Ops Arena shots on goal in the contest. Fort Wayne with 30, Kansas City with 21. Now, recapping the scoring here tonight, there was a lot of it. It was all Fort Wayne all night long. First in the first period, we got 4. Garrett Thompson, his first of the season at 11:01. Cody Soul and Sean Szydlowski with the assist. Tyson Fawcett, his 4th goal of the season. And Jeff, you're still with me here. Tyson Fawcett, a guy who it seems like we not said his name a whole lot in that second half of the game, but got his 4th goal of the season in just 2 games.
Yeah, he did early on in the game, and he wasn't really called upon to do much offensively after that, but he's a very sneaky player, got behind the Maverick defense, and he'll be one to watch as we go forward. Fawcett's 4th goal of the season, Leonard and Hauser the assist, and that was shorthanded. Jamie Schaafsma, the captain, he got his 1st goal of the season at 16:30. Szydlowski and Cuddemi with the assist. Then Ryan Culkin with his 1st of the season, power play goal. Cuddemi and Marco Waugh the assist, and that we were 4-0 going into the second period, where KC got on the board. Jordan Quaz, his 1st of the season at 16:32. Cooper and McMurtry the assist. Komets just erased that immediately. 6:58, just a few seconds later, Garrett Thompson, his 2nd of the game, again at 6:58. Binkley, the only assist on that goal. Komets get another one in the second period. Justin Hodgman, as time expired. What an incredible wrister, with just 0.5 of a second on the clock, as we give the assist to Curtis Leonard and Garrett Thompson. 19:59 was the time of that goal. That got us into the third period, where the Komets net 2 more. Marco Waugh, his 1st of the season at 2:53. Desjardins with the assist. And then Desjardins got one of his own, his 1st of the season at 11:02. Waugh and Cuddemi the assist, and it was on the power play. But Kansas City, they get one last one. 15:59 was the time. Robertson and Corelli and Brooks hook up on the goal, and it was on the power play on the night. Kansas City 1 for 5 on the man advantage. The Komets 2 of 3. Tyler Parsons just had a rough game in goal, as he saw 30 shots, made 22 saves, gave up 8 goals. And Michael Hauser just steady again, 21 shots. He makes 19 saves. And Jeff, we talked about this throughout that third period. Kansas City had to show a little bit of effort there in the third period, knowing that you got a rematch tomorrow night. Yeah, they wanted to try and send a message in any way they can, but Fort Wayne was throttling in every single phase of the game. Offensively, defensively, we talked about how responsible they were in their own zone. And Fort Wayne, like you said, maybe not in some time we've seen a performance like this. This was a throttling, suffocating game, and no doubt about it, no luck in this one. The Komets earned this one every step of the way. 8-2 is the final score. Again, thanks Jeff Childs of Trine University, the new voice of Trine University Thunder Hockey coming up this season. Thanks for joining me. We will come back. One more break, and we'll have our Ruoff Home Mortgage Great Need to Know Player of the Game. You're listening to Comet Hockey on WoWo.
This is what it sounds like when real people guess which truck brand offers best-in-class V8 towing and best-in-class HD horsepower.
I go Ram, I would put it on Ford.
And this is what it sounds like when real people learn it's Chevy with the Silverado 1500 and Silverado 2500 HD.
Yeah, Chevy.
Chevy, the only truck brand that offers choice without compromise. See your Northeast Indiana and Ohio Chevy dealers. Silverado 1500 class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds GVWR. When properly equipped with available 6.2-liter engine. Silverado HD with available 6.6-liter Duramax diesel engine.
On the ice, on the court, or on the field, the Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are there to provide complete orthopedic care for injured athletes or weekend warriors. Fort Wayne Orthopedics and the Orthopedic Hospital of Lutheran Health Network, official sports medicine provider for the Komets, and an integral part of Fort Wayne sports for over 20 years. Go where the pros go. The Orthopedic Hospital and Fort Wayne Orthopedics are a dedicated team of sports medicine specialists, licensed trainers, and therapists, specially trained to keep you in the game.
Fort Wayne's newest Northside Sports Bar is your place to see the big games, including pro and college. Doozy Sports Bar and Grill next to Red River Steakhouse has become a fan